a lot. All right. Are you guys ready? Oh, yeah. Let this song slap, baby. You guys ready for this? Yeah. Ah, man, that Xbox stuff slaps everyone. How are we doing? Welcome to a live reaction stream for the Nintendo Switch 2 Partner Showcase, aka the Xbox Direct. Now, I know some people get confused by that name. Wait, why are you calling this a Nintendo Switch 2 Partner Showcase? Well, every rumor, every report has like every game in this showcase coming to Nintendo Switch 2. I shit you not. Let's go over the official announcement. This is over here on the Microsoft website, Xbox, all that, right? How to watch. Developer Direct returns, obviously. We know this is happening. All right. It's going to be in about a little under 2 hours from now. It's happening at noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. All right. I'll bring you a deep dive into the incredible games on the way for Xbox players this year. The show will include new extended gameplay and developer insights for Doom: The Dark Ages. Yes, that is rumored as coming to Nintendo Switch 2. South of Midnight, also rumored coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Expedition 33. Now, that one's not rumored yet. Expedition 33 looks incredible. Do you guys remember that game? Remember our jaws kind of dropping when this game was revealed? Like June of last year? Expedition 33 looked fantastic. Xbox killed it with their showcase last year. Their June showcase. So Expedition 33, that one right at the moment is not rumored for Switch 2. And then there's a mystery fourth game. Apparently there might be more than four games here. There might be like 5, 6, or 7. There's been a lot of reports out there that they're underselling how many games are going to be in this. But we know for sure there's at least 4 big games. 4 big games. Also, we have some Switch 2 news to start today. I'll be making a video on this later. And I'll go into much more technical specifications and stuff at the time. But we do have some Switch 2 news. You guys ready for this? Let me open this up. Hold on. Take it directly to the source. Here it is. You guys ready for this? Hold on. We have a confirmed feature for Switch 2. It is now confirmed. And it is confirmed because a popular company decided we ain't waiting any longer. Ready for it? There it is. You know what this is, guys? Do you know what this is? Do you understand what you're looking at right now? Do you know what this is? This is a 1 terabyte micro SD express card, advertised as being perfect for Nintendo Switch 2. Let's go ahead and translate this page to English. This is, by the way, releasing sooner than when the Switch 2 comes out, of course, because they want to be on the shelves already. They wanted to have this on store shelves. Switch 2 is really coming. Waiting for a memory card that's super equipped with it. Switch 2 is really here this time. Want fast loading without lag? Want to download a AAA game in less than 10 minutes? Want to store 100 games? Lexar Play Pro MicroSD Express is here with 900 megabytes per second, ultra fast reading speed. Enter the game world in seconds. It's got 600 megabyte per second writing speed, which the read speed is what matters for games. Writing speeds for downloading games. You can download AAA games in less than 10 minutes. That's a bit of a bold claim because that's going to be reliant on Nintendo's download servers. Anyways, up to 1 terabyte. So they'll have other versions, but they're providing up to 1 terabyte of massive storage. Will you get Switch 2? Now, they're releasing this in February, so it's already going to be on store shelves. So if you want it, you'll be able to buy it before you even have a Switch 2, right? You'll already have it, be ready to go. But they are advertising this as a Switch 2 product. Lexar has sponsored other YouTube personalities, other Nintendo personalities for their current microSD cards. So this is now like, we're not pretending anymore. Nintendo Switch 2 supports microSD Express, period. And products are now releasing for it. Now, there supposedly will be up to, from other companies, a 2 terabyte, but hasn't been announced yet. So there may be a 2 terabyte microSD Express card as well, That one's going to be pretty pricey, by the way. A 2 terabyte is probably going to be $300, $400. The 2 terabyte one's going to not be cheap. But supposedly there will be a 2 terabyte micro SD Express. Now, when we talk about prices, let me pull up the GameStop leak. We had leaked prices from GameStop on some of this stuff. Now, it wasn't Lexar specifically, so I don't know what Lexar is going to charge, but they're all going to cost around the same between all these companies because they're going to be trying to be price competitive. Let me see if I still have a copy of the GameStop leak. I may not have a copy of it anymore. I know it's in one of my videos, but I don't want to dig through my videos to find it. I just want to see quick if I happen to have that GameStop. Here, you know what? I'll Google it quick. GameStop leaked Switch 2 accessories prices. I know this thing's around here somewhere. An image. Oh man, the image was deleted off Reddit. Oh geez. Hold on, someone's gotta have this image somewhere. Oh my god, everyone's just linking to Reddit. It's deleted off Reddit. It's literally no one downloaded it. Oh man. I mean, that means I gotta find it. I have a copy of this thing somewhere. Nobody has it. This is wild. Nobody just put the image up. They'd all just link to the Reddit that's deleted. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on, we'll find it on Twitter. Someone's got it on Twitter. Oh no. Here we go. Here it is. Nintendo's got it. We got it here. We got it. So, these were leaked from GameStop, Australia. But you can see like the microSD Express was 50. I assume that they might translate that to USD too. I have no idea. So the 256 was at 50. The 512 was at 85. Hold on, there was more. The 1 terabyte was 150. So I would suspect the 1 terabyte microSD Express will launch around 150. A 2 terabyte is going to be, just double that, right? Just double it. You know. Hey, Boo Mini gifted a membership and it went to 1. Thank you so much, Boo Mini, for that gifted membership. I do appreciate it. So, yeah. So 1 terabyte looks like it'll probably be around, I would spend around 150 US. And then we'll see. Now, someone said, oh, that's not Express. Well, what does EXP mean? What does EXP mean, Chuma? What does EXP mean? You tell me. You're saying that EXP doesn't mean Express because these other ones had Express typed out, right? Oh, it did Express typed out, but there's like more on here, right? Because they got that OS thing on there. So they probably shortened it. Because look, Switch 2 Express micro SD card, 1 terabyte, 150. It's right there. It's literally in the listing. I can't really zoom in. Let me download the image. Let me download the image. Sometimes downloading the image will make it go faster here. So I can zoom in and show you. It's not Express. It's not Express. What's that say? I'm sorry. What's this say again? What's that say? I don't know. I can't read English. I can't read English. What's this say? Right there. I'm sorry. Can someone read that for me? I'm not really sure if I can read English or not. I'm just making fun. Yes. I was talking about the Switch 2 Express micro SD cards right there. It says it right in the listing. Anyways. Now you could say that, Jack McDonald. I don't know if these are Australian prices because when you bring this up, some prices are listed as AUS, right? 84 AUS. This one's not listed as AUS. So I don't know how GameStop's system works because like this one's for BTB. AUS. This one's not listed as AUS. That's not listed as AUS. So I'm not really sure how GameStop's system works. You know what I mean? Like, are they listing USD here? Are they listing AUS? Are they listing some other place that uses the dollar? I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no idea. So, now someone's asking if I've seen the Astral Chain 2 leak. You're talking about this, right? Hold on. You're talking about this person who claimed. Hold on, right here. I have information on Astral Chain 2 and Platinum Games. Right? This is what you're claiming right here. That's what you're bringing up. It's so early. You still have your morning wood. All right, man. I didn't even realize what that super chat said. I have information on Astral Chain 2 and Platinum. I'll read this. I don't know if I believe any of this. I want to be very clear. This could literally just be made up because there's no evidence provided in this post. Hello, hope you are well. I'm going to make this very short and clear. This is not very short, by the way. It's pretty long. I had the chance to meet someone who previously worked at Platinum Games, and I can share a lot of intriguing information with no evidence. All I can tell you is that the information I got dates from before winter 2024, and it's condensed transcript of a conversation I had with this person in Japanese. I am fluent in Japanese, but it's not my native language. I will not provide any additional information about the source, so I won't prove that I know anything, right? So fuck me actually proving that I know jack shit. Hell, I won't even prove I know Japanese. I'd rather be heard by just 5 people. This is so fake. You're going to Reddit, right? You're going to Platinum Games Reddit and saying you only want to be heard by 5 people. You wouldn't post it on Reddit then. You would just tell 5 friends, right? You would just tell some friends. You wouldn't post it on Reddit. It's so fake. The entire story's fake. All right. Anyways, let's go through it. Just to humor how fake this is. All right. Regardless of how doubtful my statements might sound, then put myself and my interlocutor in serious problems. Almost all the information I have to share with you concerns Astral Chain 2. The project for a sequel to Astral Chain was quickly mooted in the studio, and pre-production of the project was launched in early 2021, but it very, very quickly came up against a number of internal problems. Most of the people working on the project were required to work on other things, notably 2 games that were in development, hell at this time. No further info on that, which meant the project stagnated for a very long time, at least 6 months without any progress, which that's normal in pre-production, so that's actually not that big of a deal. That's why it's called pre-production. It's not in full production. It's like this person doesn't know how pre-production works. When things are in pre-production, usually everyone working on it in pre-production is also working on other projects because it's not in full production yet. DKHD port in Japan sold the best out of all ports. I mean, that's not surprising. Like, Japan loves Switch, man. It's like, well, has it sold like 40 million there now or something? All right. To make matters worse, don't know if this is true today. So now we're just adding things in you don't know are true. The studio started to have serious money problems, but again, you don't know if it's true. And had to make major budget cuts at all levels. For example, the human resources department was deprived of lighting for a few months. Oh yeah. I'm sure that the human resources department at Platinum Games couldn't turn the lights on. Do you understand how ridiculous that sounds? The human resources department couldn't turn lights on. Do you know the energy cost of turning lights on is like pennies? The lights don't cost any money. It's not, you can't save money, but you're gonna save like $2 off your energy bill turning the lights off. Remember though, HR department could have the lights on. Who's believing this shit? Seriously. Turning the lights on is like the cheapest part of your electric bill. Running the computers is going to cost way more than that. But hey, $2 is $2. They're that big of penny pinchers at Platinum Games. You know, they had to turn the lights off in HR. HR specifically, by the way, nobody else. Every other department got to turn their lights on when they came to work, but HR. They had to not flip that switch. The building had electricity, but we can't flip the switch. All right. But fortunately, in 2022, thanks to Hideki Kamiya, the project was finally able to get back on track. When did Hideki Kamiya leave Platinum Games? Do you guys remember when that happened? When did Hideki Kamiya leave Platinum Games? I'm just curious if anyone knows. I'm not going to Google it right now. Was it in 2023? Okay. So he was still there in 2023. I'm just trying to see if the story can even plausibly line up that Hideki Kamiya was even still part of the company. Okay. So he left in 2023. All right. I'll take your word for it. I don't want to Google it. I don't want to Google it. All right. Thanks to Hideki Kamiya, the project was finally able to get back on track and go into full development at the same time as Steel Colossus. I don't know if this game is still alive. Thanks to substantial investment from third-party companies. Well, yeah, Astral Chain 2 would be paid for by Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo owns the IP, so. Okay. The team behind the game was basically the same as the first game. Makes sense. With a few exceptions, like the character designer who was another mangaka, but I won't mention his name so not to get him in trouble. Yeah, I know you won't mention anything that actually proves any of your story. But very quickly, we're still in 2022, a sales representative from Nintendo will settle into the studio. Okay, so somebody from Nintendo who manages sales. After several months, major disagreements will begin to emerge between the key decision makers and Kamiya, ultimately leading to his departure from the studio the following year. So they're saying, okay, well, we already know Kamiya has an issue with the guy who runs Platinum Games. Now that's public knowledge. Kamiya made that very public. Hideki Kamiya hates the guy running Platinum Games. Like, him and the CEO do not get along. That's not even. Yeah, we already know. We already know that those two don't get along. That's why he left. Like, Kamiya said as much. All right. Nintendo themselves reboot Astral Chain 2 project after significant delays. Okay. I mean, it's only been in full development at this point for less than a year. What is there to reboot? I'm confused. What is there to even reboot? It hasn't even been in full development for like a year. And they're mad at money being spent recklessly by Platinum. It hasn't even been a year. How can they be rebooting and Nintendo be mad about money when it hasn't even been in development for a year? I'm so confused. Kamiya was definitely cussing the CEO out. I mean, they probably had a massive fight like the day before he left the company. Guaranteed. Kamiya just don't take no shit. Anyways, I don't know if this was the case, but from that point onward, the game was planned as a title for Switch 2. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, yeah. Astral Chain on Switch, Astral Chain 2 on Switch 2. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Now I will share all the information I have about the game. Warning, this information dates back before its reboot in June of 2023. So you're about to share information that is irrelevant. Do you understand what this guy's doing? This all sounds completely made up, and then the information he shares is supposedly before the reboot, which means none of this information matters. If his story is true, none of this is actually leaks for Astral Chain 2, because none of this is probably in Astral Chain 2. The game was intended to be a direct sequel to the first. Well, no shit. Oh my god. Did this guy ask Chat GPT to come up with ideas for Astral Chain 2? Featuring the same protagonist with the option to transfer save data for customization. The main antagonist is planned to be a wealthy businessman with a robotic/legion arm named Maxwell. The game was supposed to feature branching paths leading to radically different chapters. I don't know whether this also meant multiple endings. One of the early levels, not the first, but among the first, was set to take place on an aircraft carrier off the coast of the city. Among the new legions, there was to be an angel with blade-like wings and a tiger/sphinx-like creature. Players would have been able to temporarily fuse those legions with elemental powers of fire, water, earth, and air. A small selection of the legions from the first game was planned to make a return. What the fuck? Several adaptive shader technologies, which were somewhat experimental, were in development. What the fuck? Yeah. Suddenly we don't know how to use shaders in video games anymore. We gotta experiment. What the fuck? The feature allowing two-player gameplay was planned to return, but with greater depth. No information, of course, on that. The game's story wasn't even completed during this phase of... No shit! It was in development for less than a year. If your story's true, it was in dev for less than a year. Of course the fucking story's not done. But, discussions of a third installment. Dude, this is so fake. Nothing about this. I have no news about the game after its reboot. But this is far from reassuring. How would you know? You just admitted you know nothing about Platinum Games today. This whole post is you admitting you know nothing. Once Hideki Kamiya left, you know nothing. Anyways, All I know is Platinum was engaging in discussion to retain the game's development, as Nintendo was threatening to hand the project, or part of it, over to another external studio they were in contact with. There's no way in fuck Nintendo was going to hand it over to another studio. It was either going to be Platinum Games or the game wasn't going to get made. Mike, this guy doesn't even understand business. Nintendo was not about to hand Astral Chain 2 over to a different company who's never made a game like it. It's either made by Platinum or they just don't make it. Thank you for reading this far. That's all I know about the game. How did anyone... Why was this even brought up in the chat? Did the person who brought this up... Were you taking this like serious? Did you seriously think that this was real? Oh my... That's one of the fakest things I've ever read in my life. How does that have 147 likes? Please say the comments on this post are like just ripping it apart. Yeah, the first comment. Money at Platinum was so tight they couldn't afford to turn the lights on for HR, a department for a company with 300 employees. People be like, what the fuck? You can't turn the fucking lights on for 10 people? This is funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. These comments, man. It's all vaguely believable. No, it's not. Read this post. Oh, what was... I'm not going to click on it. It might be copyrighted. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know who was believing this shit. It's clearly fake. It's clearly fake. All right, guys. I'm not saying Astral Chain 2 is not in development. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get an Astral Chain 2. And Platinum Games is not in a good place. We know this because a lot of their talent left. But man, we are not worried at this time about any of that post being real. That is so fake. Let's get to some ats in the chat. I haven't really got to any yet today. We had a couple super chats. Let's see here. I'll go back to the beginning because I haven't really read any of these. What's up, Anthony Smith? Strite Juck keeps saying that I look like unbox therapy. So I think it's the hat. Because this hat is curved, and I think he wears curved hats. And I usually wear flat bill. Because I never get those comments when I'm wearing flat bill hats. I only get the unbox therapy comments when I wear like this Bucks hat. Because, you know, this is unbox therapy right here, right? Now he's got more orange in his beard. He's also skinnier than me. But, you know, all white people with beards and hats look the same, I guess. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't have any Kleenex by me. Oh, I did. Maybe it all got used. I might have to get some Kleenex or something, but I gotta blow my nose. Not according to Corey. Yeah. Corey and his Blackwell dreams. Let's see here. Good morning, Boo Mini. Anthony Smith, what's up, man? Let's see here. Just getting to some of the ads. Miguel Lopez, how much will 1 terabyte cost? Again, we kind of looked at some pricing there. I'm gonna grab a Kleenex. 1 second. Oh. This will work. I had some paper towel pretty nearby. Excuse me a second. Yeah, I took a shower and then I just threw my hat on. Totally didn't brush my hair or anything. So it's all like weird. This guy didn't have time, man. I was like 10 minutes from the stream starting. Let's see here. We are about an hour and 25 minutes away from the show starting, guys. Hour and 25 away. Good morning, Lion Star. How you doing? Velociraptor Ghost. We were just talking about some other news and stuff going on that people were talking about. Is it true that Wii U, Switch 2, and PS2 are all the same console generation? No. Dwayne Davis, what's up, buddy? How you doing today? I got a question about the Switch 2. What is Digital finally talking bad about the Switch 2 CPU and... Oh, I think you mean Digital Foundry. To be fair, they also talked bad about Nintendo Switch back in the day. And then they started being really impressed by the games that came to it. So I'm not worried about what Digital Foundry has to say right now. They have not gone hands-on. They have not seen a game running natively on it. What Digital Foundry has to say to me doesn't really matter that much right now. Now, I do respect their ability to do tech analysis. I think that their tech analysis has some flaws at times to some of their approaches. However, I think that they're not going to be valuable till they have the Switch 2 on hand. Once they have the Switch 2 in some of the games, then I'll start to care about their analysis. Right now, they're just guessing. You know. I mean, remember, according to what is it, Richard from Digital Foundry, Switch 2 can't even run the Matrix demo. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to wait till they actually have the damn thing on hand. Corey Bohm. It makes sense. HR cannot pay the bills to get the lights turned on, aka a finance responsibility. Yeah, it is not on HR to pay the bill. Samir Soriano. To be fair, being unable to keep the lights on is common saying. They may have been lost in translation. But the guy spoke it. Okay, I don't want to... Look, the guy claims that he can speak fluent Japanese and his native language is English. So the guy did the translation himself. So lost in translation would be the fault of the author because it's his direct words. It's not somebody translating for him, so he says. Thanks, Dennis, for subscribing.
Remember when TOTK wasn't supposed to work on Switch 1? People see leaks and forget who Nintendo is.
Dude, you're so right, Joycey. I mean, even after Tears of the Kingdom came out, do you remember some of the best videos I did on my channel after the game came out? Because, you know, there wasn't a lot of news coverage after the game came out. There's no DLC or anything happening. But we did cover like actual public game developers that work at major studios, like AAA developers, talking about how damn impressed they were with how everything worked in Tears of the Kingdom on Switch's hardware. Because they talked about like even doing like a quarter of some of the physics that they were doing with those build mechanics and stuff, how hard that is to do on way more powerful hardware, and how they have no idea how Nintendo pulled it off on Switch. Because Nintendo was doing things on Switch that, like, according to most AAA developers, really shouldn't have been possible. And I think that what happens in situations like that is that a lot of these AAA game developers, they're used to these different dev environments where they're constantly moving around between companies because they're all contract employees that are temporary. So they're constantly moving around with companies, and they're constantly doing this thing where like multiple development teams have to like combine their assets and their work together to formulate a game in the end, which is why there's so many more bugs. And because of the way those development pipelines go, none of these companies maintain their top tier talent. And because they don't maintain them and those teams don't work together for decades and decades, they don't develop that sort of team chemistry to do these wild, impossible like things on the hardware. So what ends up happening is this Zelda team has been working together for 10 plus years. There's probably not a single member on that team that hasn't been there for both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So they've been working together for 10 plus years. That team that helps from Monolith Soft has been there at least for Breath of the Wild and onwards. So this team just has a lot of experience together. And when you have that sort of development experience together, you can create a synergy in your development pipeline that can enable you to discover solutions to things that feel like there are no solutions. Because one, Nintendo gives them the time to figure it out. They're not rushed. Nintendo will gladly delay games. Nintendo has no issue delaying games if they're not ready, right? This isn't the Pokemon Company. This isn't Game Freak. Nintendo has no problem delaying games. So you will get the time you need to figure it out. What might seem like an impossibility, after you start to actually work on it a bit, you might realize, oh shit, this might be possible. We just need to approach this in a completely different way than we thought we would need to, right? And on top of that, Nintendo, because they're a first-party company, first-party developer, and it's their hardware, they are literally experts on developing for their hardware. So like a lot of these third-party games that we talk about, oh, there could be CPU bottlenecks and it could make some third-party, that's fine. But if they coded that game, that exact same game, from the ground up for Nintendo Switch 2, they would instead lean more heavily on the GPU over the CPU, more heavily into the extra VRAM that it has compared to the Xbox Series S, and you could end up getting very similar results to other systems. The problem is that's just not how a lot of companies work. They'll target like PlayStation and then try to port that to everything else, and anything that doesn't match PlayStation specs, it's going to be a struggle. But if you actually build from the ground up, I mean, we saw this with Monster Hunter Rise. People thought Monster Hunter Rise was like, what the fuck is this game doing? How is that running on Switch 2 or Switch? Because it was built from the ground up for it. They built it first for Switch before they brought it anywhere else. And that's why it runs so damn well and looks so damn good. So anybody that makes Nintendo Switch 2 a target platform from the very beginning of game development, those games are going to look and run very well on Switch 2. Now, I think a lot of these year 1, year 2 games are going to be games that were developed first for other platforms and ported over. There might be some roughness with it, but by like year 3, year 4, I think like Call of Duty is an example that's going to be coming for the next 10 years. Maybe not this year's Call of Duty, but it's possible next year's Call of Duty was built originally with Nintendo Switch 2 in mind, meaning they had a dedicated team working on that Switch 2 version from day one. And with a dedicated team, you can then custom build that version to take advantage of the Switch 2 strengths instead of trying to like port over something that takes advantage of a different system's strengths. And then you can end up having a really well-running game. So yes, there's obviously going to be some third-party games that have some issues, but yeah, I think that Nintendo has shown there's a lot more you can do with their hardware if you just customize your game specifically for it. And that's what the Zelda team did with Tears of the Kingdom. Now, is Tears of the Kingdom perfect? No, there's lag, there's FPS drops. Obviously, there were sacrifices they made to do things like the seamless jumping from the sky to the world down to the underworld. Like, yeah, you can clearly see if you pay attention, there's frame dips in there. And there's other frame dips when you're building crazy and Nintendo knew that. That was sort of a sacrifice they made because they felt like the mechanics of the game were worth the sacrifice of frame rate at times. And that's a little unfortunate because, you know, a constant 30 FPS would have been nice. Obviously 60 would have been even better. But Nintendo decided that it was worth that sacrifice for better gameplay mechanics. And even, as I said, so many developers impressed with those gameplay mechanics that they could even make it work. There's some that don't even know how Nintendo made that streaming work from Sky to Underworld, just diving. Like, some don't really understand how Nintendo on this slow system, you know, with its 4 gigs of RAM was able to do that. They figured it out. Custom make things for the hardware and things go well. That's what Nintendo keeps proving. And keep your talent. Keep your talent, developers. If you release a hit game, maybe don't let your talent go to another company. Maybe keep them together. Maybe keep your teams together. If you keep your teams together, they can grow together as developers and get better together. Value your employees. That's what I'm saying. That's what Nintendo does. That's why their teams are so consistent and so good. They have barely any turnover at Nintendo of Japan. I'm not going to say at Retro. Retro works like a traditional Western studio. But there's barely any turnover at Nintendo of Japan, and there's a reason for that. Nintendo values talent. And they know, from the grunt worker all the way up to the directors and the producers, you need that whole team to make projects happen. And all their promotions come from within, by the way. You become a lead, a director, a co-producer by working your way up the chain. They offer those advancement opportunities. So you don't feel like, hey, if you ever wanted to become something like that, you can get there by working from the ground up. And it also helps that Nintendo of Japan recently was revealed that they have the second highest average salary per employee in all of Japan. That's right. All Japanese companies, Nintendo offers the second highest average salary. Feel like you're going to keep your employees if you compensate them well. Who knew? Employees don't really want to leave a company when they're being compensated well. They're being compensated well. They're being respected. They always have something to do because they're always working on one project to the next to the next. They don't have traditional game budgets. It's almost like pay your employees well, keep your teams together, and things work out. But nah, we need to give $500 million to a CEO. Nintendo's CEO. I think Nintendo's CEO. Does he make like $1 million? Isn't that what Furukawa makes, or is it just under $1 million? It's not very, for how big a company Nintendo is. It's not very much money that Furukawa makes. I know it's in their financial report, but it's like it's not that much. Like you would think like Nintendo, this several billion-dollar company, like their corporate heads would be making millions and millions, and they're really not. Can I see your comment? Yeah, Dwayne. How are you doing today? Buddy, I got a question about the Switch 2. Why is digital... Okay, we talked about that. Let me see. I'm guessing you didn't see the N64 version of Tears of the Kingdom build mechanics. Nintendo specializes in squeezing the most out of the least hardware. Yeah. Dude, they had ray tracing running on the N64 at one point. I don't know if you guys know that. They never put it in an actual game that released, but they had a demo with ray tracing at a tech event on the N64 back in the day. Like, ray tracing isn't even new. It just wasn't realistic for game hardware for a long time. It's just now, thanks to those NVIDIA GPUs and everything, it's becoming realistic. But you know, ray tracing isn't even technically new. They had it all the way back on the N64. But it ran very slow. It was it was not realistic to put in a game. But for a tech demo, it was kind of neat, showing that like, hey, this is something someday in gaming that will exist. And here we are, and it does exist, especially on the PC side of things. Let's see here. Michael J. Bro, it's been a week already since we got the reveal of the Switch 2. I know. Today, guys, today is the 1 week anniversary of the reveal of Switch 2. And now we have the Xbox Direct. Pretty cool, right? Hey, can we just get something every Thursday until we get to April 2nd? Every Thursday, let's have some sort of gaming event happen that I got a live stream. That'd be sick. That would be sick, man. Every Thursday, just have some gaming event. All the way until we get to April 2nd. So after April 2nd, we get to go hands-on with this thing. Literally, April 4th, I might be going hands-on with Switch 2. I signed up for it in New York. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I get in. I wonder how Switch 2's screen will look versus the OLED. It's a good question. I think it's going to look fine. LCD tech's come a long way. I don't think it's going to be the same shitty LCD that's in the original Switch. I think it's going to be better than that. I think it'll have variable refresh rate as an example. It might even have some HDR support. But I don't think it, is it going to be worse? Yeah, of course. But I think it's going to be fine. Like if you ever look at if you ever get a chance to try out the PlayStation Portal, that uses an LCD, it looks great. Like, LCDs aren't necessarily bad. It's just Nintendo went really, really cheap with the original Switch. Most companies won't even make those LCDs anymore. Like the kinds that are in Switch. Because even like the cheap end of LCD has gotten better. So whatever it is, it's going to be better than the original Switch. Still won't ever be, the colors aren't going to pop as much as OLED, but it's going to be fine. I think people aren't going to complain about anything except the bezels, maybe. Because the bezels on the side are a little thicker because they, have bigger Joy-Con rails and stuff. But I think that's the only complaint you're really going to see, is that, those bezels on the side look kind of thick. But I think when you're looking at the screen, people aren't even going to care. It's going to look fine. Axel says, hello, dude. Happy to see you again. But what happened to you? It looks like your favorite machine at the gym is the vending lately. Fat joke. At least the guy paid to make the joke, right? At least the guy paid to make the joke. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make fun of me and you're gonna call me fat, you might as well pay me. Let's see here. Pamahas says, in the Stone Age, people were just as excited for the Nintendo Flint 2. Oh man. Let's see here. Did you win? Did I win what? You mean like the drawing for Nintendo? We won't know yet. That goes until the end of the 27th. We might know on the 28th, but we don't know yet. I'd like to know ASAP because I want to schedule flights, hotel, all that stuff. Because I'm not gonna like fly in, play, then fly out. Like, no, we're gonna probably do 2-night hotel, maybe 3. I'll fly in the day before, then do the demo, and then stay there an extra day after, just so I have time to like edit and like put together any videos that I need to put together, do a live stream, you know, all that kind of stuff, and then I'll fly back. 69 days to go. You texted me the details. I saw your video today already on Twitter. Let's see. I sent you a very short text back, Paul. Shout out to Paul Gale. Good friend, supporter of the channel. Let's see here. That's what I mean. Will I stream the event going on? I don't know. I'm streaming the Xbox in today. Do you mean like if I get to go to one of these play sessions for Switch 2? I don't know if they'll let me stream. I don't really know. I won't know any of the restrictions till I get chosen and I can ask questions. Do you think Halo will be shown in this? No, I don't think Halo is going to be in this event. Yeah, I entered the USA ones. I entered all of them. I entered New York, Dallas, and LA. Nico Lopez. Yes. Thanks for subscribing. Dragon Bubble. I still can't believe someone super chatted to make fun of my weight. I haven't had that happen in a while. Kudos to you, man. Sorry, I'm wearing an oversized sweatshirt that's like massive. Look at this. Look how big this is. Look at this. Look how big this sweatshirt is on me. It's fucking huge. I'm glad that it's huge because I've lost weight. It wasn't huge when I originally bought it, but now it's massive. No, it doesn't get to me. I've lost weight. The sweatshirt just makes me look bigger than I am. It's not a big deal. By the way, I forgot that I like oversized sweatshirts because it's been a while since I could have an oversized sweatshirt. So it's like really comfy. I like having an oversized sweatshirt. It just feels nice. Oh no, I'm fat, Derek. I'm legitimately fat. You haven't seen me turn to the side yet. However, I'm losing weight, so it's whatever. People can make fun of me all they want. I'm not one of those people that gets like offended or upset that people call me fat. It's like low-hanging fruit, you know, like it's unoriginal. It's unoriginal. You know, it just, what are you gonna do? People are judgmental assholes, you know? Is that do? Oh yeah, we got diet do, baby. Do the do. Can't wait to be clapping the Switch 2 Joy-Cons. Hell yeah. Yeah, nobody's surprised. Fat shame, it's just low-hanging fruit. Would you play a 3D Mario game, but instead of being Mario, you are Bowser and you're trying to kidnap Princess Peach? That would be an interesting concept. That would be an interesting concept. I mean, I'd play it. Would I pay $100 for GTA if it comes to be? I'm probably not buying GTA at all. So, I'm not a big fan of GTA games. I've played them. I'm just not, I don't know. It's just not. I'd rather play Mafia, like the new Mafia game coming out. That game, I like the Mafia series. I like the Mafia series a lot. If I'm going to play a GTA style game, I like the Mafia series more than GTA. Like, I don't care about the online stuff. I don't care about the multiplayer. It's not why I play games like that. Like GTA 5 kind of just ruined GTA for me. And I know they're going to focus more and more on that stuff because they make shitloads of money on it. Do I have any sort of target goal? Of course there's target goals, but those are for me. Those are for me to know. And I have to get a surgery at some point to remove this thing from my hernia. But I'll worry about that down the line. Let's see here. Will I be streaming tonight? I mean, it is Thursday. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, I should be live tonight. I should also have a video later today. And this doesn't replace my video. This is just, we have an event today. We have an event to cover. with games that are probably going to be on Switch 2. So why wouldn't we cover it? Well, we stream all these industry events anyways, but. You got a hernia? Is it painful? Yeah. I mean, I had a hernia. So I had hernia, and I had fat that protects my organs, and it came out with my intestines. And the surgeon put the intestines back in, and then put the mesh up and sewed it shut, but didn't put the fat back in, and then didn't take that fat out. So I have this hard ball of fat that's like this big. I shit you not. It's like this big. That the surgeon chose to not do anything with. He could have put it back in with the intestines. Didn't do it. He could have took it out. Didn't do it. He left it there. So now my stomach, and I'll turn sideways. Look, I don't know if I can. You see this? This thing right here? That's the ball. That's the ball. That's not like my normal fat. That's the ball from that protects my organs. So, it's not shrinking. When I lose weight, it just looks worse and worse as I lose more weight. Yeah, it's not cool. But to get it fixed, it's now a cosmetic surgery, which isn't covered by insurance, which is why it hasn't been fixed yet. Trust me, we tried to sue the surgeon. Turns out it was his right, his choice in the moment. Nothing to do about that. So the surgeon just screwed me. That's all. So it's life. I'll get it removed eventually. I'll eventually save up for the surgery. Because cosmetic surgery is not cheap. It's not cheap. No, guys, I'm good. This doesn't get me down. I hate it every day, right? When I put clothes on and they don't fit right because of that thing, I hate it every day. I absolutely hate it. But it's been part of me now for years at this point. It sucks as I lose weight that it looks worse, but what am I going to do? It's not malpractice because in the paperwork I signed, it literally says it in the fine print that like it's the surgeon's choice. The surgeon has to put the organs back in, but anything else that came out with the organs is surgeon's choice. I signed the paperwork, so of course, I'm doped up in the hospital signing fucking paperwork. Of course I'm not reading the fucking fine print. But it's life. I'm fine, guys. Do I hate it? Sure. Do I still play basketball? Do I still play with my kids and work out? Yeah, I still do all that shit. Do I feel embarrassed when I'm out in public sometimes, like at a beach? Yeah. Of course I do. But you know what? I'm still gonna live my life. If people want to judge me over it, I don't give a fuck. What do I care, dude? I got a wife, I got kids, I got a great job, love my career. I got hundreds of thousands of people that watch my stuff every month. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, I can't let other people's opinions that are understandable because I look abnormal get me down. Do you think Switch 2 will be as powerful as PS4 like they say? Oh yeah, no problem. Let's see here. You hope Spyro and Yuka Replay League comes to Switch 2. Well, we already know Yuka Replay League is. They already announced it. You look great, my guy. Thanks. I try. Is this my only job? Yes, I am a full-time YouTuber. Yep. I've been a full-time YouTuber since November of 2022. Before that, I did YouTube on the side, and it's kind of like a part-time thing for fun, and because I just enjoy making content. I've been making fan content since 1998. But I was a full-time, what is it? I was a full-time senior technical assistant. And then before that, I did roofing. Before that, I was a junior technical assistant. Before that, I worked in a computer repair shop. And then before that, I worked at Best Buy Geek Squad. I worked at McDonald's for a little bit. I also worked at Gibson's Water Care and did some plumbing. Done a lot of different jobs over time. But today I am a full-time YouTuber and I love what I do. Let's see here. Watching you stream every night has done so much good for your mental health. Great way to unwind from the day when the wife and kids are sleeping and I'm gaming. Yeah, I don't stream every night, but I know I do stream a lot. At some point I'll have to cut back how much I stream, but it probably won't be for a long while because we got Switch 2 stuff going on. But yeah, right now I'm dedicated to the podcast every week and the 3 days. I throw bonus streams in, but someday I'll probably cut out the bonus streams. But hope the surgeon lost his job. I think he's still performing surgery. I have no idea. I've never been back to that hospital since then. I'll never go back. The fact that that anyone that worked there thought that was okay, and that I changed my primary too, because my primary was like, well, you signed the paperwork. I'm like, fuck off, dude. What about my mental health? Is there no concern for my mental health here? I went in for the hernia surgery. Because yeah, it hurt. The hernia hurt. But also because it made that giant bulge in my gut. It made this giant ball in my gut. So it still looks like I have a hernia today. It looks like I never had the surgery. Because that bulge, that's what hernias look like. So I went in to not just get rid of the pain, get rid of the bulge. Ugh, but it's life. I'm never going back to that hospital. Thankfully, I live in an area where I have options of other doctors and other hospitals. But yeah, none of the doctors will. I've seen like 3 other doctors trying to find like a new primary, and none of them will approve it through insurance because it literally is just cosmetic. Like they try to get me to lie to them that it hurts and all, and I'm like, it doesn't really hurt. I can't lie to you. Like I won't lie to get insurance to cover. I can't bring myself to do it. Even though I'd love for insurance to cover, I can't lie say that it hurts when it doesn't. Because if I argue that it hurt, then the doctor can get it pushed through insurance. But I just won't do it. I hate lying. I absolutely hate lying. Let's see here. Is Banjo-Kazooie Remake being announced today as a Switch 2 exclusive? No. It wouldn't be a Switch 2 exclusive anyways. Unless Nintendo was developing it. How is it his right you paid? Well, technically my insurance paid for the surgery. Technically. But it's his right because in the paperwork I signed, it was his choice. I signed away my ability to bitch about it, basically. Let's see here. All right, we can move on. We don't need to keep talking about this, man. Let's get back to games. My body, my problem. Let's see here. How much will third-party games like Lego and Yuka Replayly? I have no idea what they're going to cost. I mean, look, AAA games are going to be $70. It just is what it is. That's the normal price these days. I don't know what some of those other games like Lego and Yuka Replayly will cost. Probably the same as they cost on other systems. When's the channel anniversary? Well, the channel was created like April 18th? So there's like different anniversaries for the channel. So the channel itself, let's look at the about here. The channel itself existed on April 8th, 2008. But the anniversary of Nintendo Prime is May 1st. Is when Nintendo Prime, the YouTube channel, started. When this channel got converted to Nintendo Prime was May 1st. So that's like the anniversary of Nintendo Prime, but the anniversary of the channel even existing as an account is April 8th. Do we celebrate both? I don't know. I think that the Nintendo Prime one's the one we're celebrating, not the April 8th, but hey buddy, I got a question. Do you think maybe Spider-Man on the Switch 2? Yes or no? No. No, I don't think Sony's gonna bring any of their major games to Switch 2. Hope I'm wrong about that. You leave the surgeon an awful review. Well, I left the hospital one. I couldn't review the actual surgeon. You're a better person than me because I would have lied. Yeah, I just don't believe in lying to get what I want like that. It's fine. I will eventually come up with the money. I will save up for it someday. It's just the kind of money it costs for it I need for other things. So it's like, you know, but eventually I will save up and get it taken care of. Let's see here. Scrolling down. You want a remake of Eternal Darkness, says Mohammed Jade. I'm even pronouncing that right. Cool. Yeah, Eternal Darkness is great. I love Eternal Darkness. GameCube classic. I know Dennis Dyack tried to like make a spiritual successor with like a Kickstarter or something that failed. But then some people think Dennis Dyack was one of the problems on the development team. So like, you know, there's controversy around that. Clapping Zelda Cheeks, what's going on, man? The Xbox Showcase is at the top of the hour. We're 53 minutes away. It is right here. Hold on. I have it up. Here it is. 52 minutes. Sorry. 52:16. It's right there. Ready to go. Ready to go. We're going to close their chat because it just bogs things down. So it's right there. I'll probably close some of these tabs. See, some of these tabs don't need to be open. The Fantasy Football tab doesn't need to be open. That one doesn't need to be open. Don't need Reddit open anymore. I'm going to leave the Lexar thing open because I'm going to do a video on that later. I just got called. I'm being a dick to Xbox fans because of the name of my stream. That's a first. Get mad at Xbox, not me. I'm not the one that's making them go third party. If the next Xbox is called Xbox Prime, you can get some SEO games. Nah, I'm Nintendo Prime, not Xbox Prime. Geist and Eternal Darkness, I can remember being M-rated first-party games. Dude, they were so good. Both those games are really good. Axel says, I'm a bit worried Switch 2 is going to be a bit underpowered. Luckily for Nintendo, though, that I like playing Mario Kart while taking a dump. All right. I mean, I'm not going to say I've never played video games while doing a number 2. I just don't talk about it publicly, but hey. Whatever works for you. You think Indiana Jones will come to Switch 2? Yeah. I think it's going to come to Switch 2. Probably like next year. But I think they'll bring it over. It's a big licensed game. They like to maximize the profits. It's coming to PlayStation this year. I think Switch 2 next year. Sailor Mercury, I have an Xbox Series S. I have no problem. Yeah, I have an Xbox Series X. I'm a Game Pass subscriber. It's whatever. Microsoft's got to do what they got to do. Their platforms aren't very successful, so. Oh, yeah, the shaking off the possessions at the end of the game in Geist, yeah. Yeah, those are some memories. I don't know if my wrist could handle that today. I'd give it the old college try. Will Nintendo ever release another handheld? I left my Switch upstairs. We're getting a Switch 2. I don't know if you know, it's handheld. It's literally handheld. I don't know if you've heard. Nintendo's only advertising it literally everywhere. Better question is, will we ever get a standalone box underneath the TV? The answer to that's no. No, I don't know what you mean, Salim. Because it is a handheld. It is a handheld first. It is literally a handheld. literally made with mobile tech. Now, Nintendo doesn't even call it a hybrid. They say it's a home console you can take on the go. It's not a home console you can take on the go. It's a handheld you can plug into your TV. But for marketing reasons, they got to call it a home console you can take on the go. I know people are like, well, just a hand. No, Nintendo's never going to go away from this until they fundamentally change their whole company. Okay. I like when people say like, oh, like the 3DS or like the Game Boy. Oh, you mean the thing you hold in your hand and play a video game? Oh, wait, that's what Switch does. It's got a screen, it's got controls, it's got cartridges, and you hold it in your hand. What do you call that? What do you call a thing with a screen on it, with controls and cartridges that you can walk around and play? What do we call that? What do we call that thing? Beautiful. There we go. Yeah, we don't call it a portable handheld. A hybrid. But everything about the system's in your hands. There's no extra power in the dock. Okay? There's no extra power in the dock. All the power is in your hands. The whole system is right there. The dock is literally just a power cord with some USB ports. It doesn't actually add power to your system. The system is in your hands. It's what do you call that? Nintendo calls it a home console you could take with you. But it's not like a home console. Because it has a battery and a screen on it. No, the dock does not have power in it. What you're confusing is docked mode, because it has direct power from the wall, allows it to clock the GPU, CPU higher so you get better performance. But that's not because the dock has better performance. It's because you're plugged into the wall. Everything's an Xbox. Yeah, according to Microsoft, everything's an Xbox. Yeah, no, the dock does not have any extra power. Your system does run better in docked mode, but it's just because it's powered from the wall. It has nothing to do with the dock itself. Oh my god, we call it the Wii U because it's designed for Wii and U. Oh my god. We're going back to that old school Nintendo marketing. It's a Wii for you. Gets mad challenge impossible. I'm not mad. Man, if you think I'm mad, you've never seen me mad. Lord, if I'm not going to use the Switch 2 in docked, do I get a 3DS XL or do I get the Switch 2? Because I might or might not use it in docked. I don't know yet. Wait, what? Your question is, if you don't plan to use Switch 2 in docked mode, should you get a 3DS XL? Do you want to play Nintendo's current games or do you want to play 3DS games? That's the question. I'm confused. I'm so confused. If you want to play 3DS games, get a 3DS. If you want to play Nintendo's current games, you get the current system. I'm so confused. But hey, I'm allowed to be confused. It'd be no fun if I was not confused. Completely missed the point. He was asking Nintendo to make a new handheld. You just contradicted yourself by saying it's a home console you take with you. No, I was talking about Nintendo's marketing is that it's a home console you take with you. I'm not contradicting myself. It's a fucking handheld. It's always been a handheld. It always will be a handheld. Give you an idea. When they revealed Switch 2. When they revealed Switch 2. What's our first look at a game on Switch 2? Oh, right, on the screen, on the system that you hold in your hand. Then they put it in a dock and put it on TV. I do not argue that it's a home console you take with you. I argue it is a handheld that you can dock with your TV. Want the proof? It includes a dock. It's like a laptop is not. Look, a laptop is not. I got right over here, right off camera here. I got my desktop computer. A laptop is not a desktop computer just because I can plug in a dongle and hook it up to monitors. It is still a laptop because I can still unplug that son of a bitch and take it with me. It is a handheld first. It has a built-in screen, built-in battery. First time they showed it off was in handheld. It is a handheld first. You want to know why I know this? Nintendo most popular selling systems are handhelds. Just go look at the sales data. Handhelds have always been what sells best for Nintendo. Why do you think Switch is so damn popular in Japan? It's a handheld. Explain to the new people why they can't add external power to the dock. They could. They could. They won't, and they don't because it's expensive. They could. They literally could. They could put an external GPU in the dock. They could. It literally exists for laptops. They could do it. They don't because it's stupidly expensive. Like very expensive. Like way more than the cost of $400. You're talking about at least $1,000 device if they had put external power in the dock. It's that stuff's not cheap. Let's see here. Do you know who Hatsune Miku is? Sounds familiar, but I don't know. Like, it just sounds like a name I've heard before. I really want to play Legends ZA, but I also want to play Ultra Sun. Okay. So you want to play a 3DS game, and you want to play. It sounds like you should just get both. Is that not an option for you? How much is a used 3DS? Can't be that expensive, are they? Okay, they're a little pricey. They're a little pricey, but you can find some for like depends on the condition. Depends on the condition. The condition makes all the difference. So you can find some for under 100, but the condition doesn't look great. Now, I've seen a lot of like 170 to 250. Like they ain't cheap. Anyways. They used to be. I remember they were cheap for a while, but maybe the market's like bounced back. Do you think any Zelda will be announced in Switch 2 Direct in April? I don't think there will be, but who knows? Hope the C button is to cast the Switch as a second screen. The Artisan Tube. I literally massively disagree with wanting that as a feature. I know a lot of people want that cast feature. I think it's absolutely useless. And I know people be like, but the 3DS and but Wii U, yeah. Well, you had to look away from your TV to look at a different screen, then look back at your TV. That is not the 3DS and DS experience because you could look at both screens at once. And that was one of the pitfalls of Wii U, is that all that usefulness of the second tablet, the second screen, required you to look away from your TV, which defeats the entire purpose of having two screens. I have three screens in front of me right now. I can see the Xbox, I can see my camera, I can see the chat all at the same time. If I had a screen that was here and I had to look here and then look back up here and then look down here and then look back up here, it defeats the purpose of having two screens. It's not actually helping anything. I might as well just hit a button on the controller and open a menu. It's the same thing. I gotta look away. It's one of the biggest pitfalls of Wii U, and I hate this as an idea for Switch 2. If you guys like it, it's cool. I don't think it's happening, but even if it does, I ain't gonna use it because it's stupid. Having to look away from one screen to look at another, then to look back at make it a menu. If I have to look away anyways, make it a menu. It's not actually more convenient if I have to look away. It's actually more tedious. I got to move my head physically. I'm good. I'm good with that feature. But hey, that's my opinion. Yeah, first world problems, obviously. But that's my opinion. When we're talking about video game consoles, it's already first world problems. But that's my opinion. Is a laptop a handheld? No, a laptop isn't a handheld. It is a laptop. It's a tabletop / lap device. So it's meant to be put on your lap or meant to be set down on a table. It's portable, but it does require a table or a lap. Handheld is something you just literally hold in your hands to use. So like a Steam Deck. But Steam Deck also sells a dock. So you could dock it and use it on your TV and stuff. So again, even the handheld PCs have docks. Showcases at noon CT. Yep, top of the hour. Top of the hour, guys. Let's see here. You probably could split screen when docked to play 3DS on NSO. Low res after all. In handheld, it would need an accessory or something. I don't agree, but we've already seen 3DS games translated to Switch and it worked just fine. Yeah, make it a menu button. Yeah, if you have to look away from the TV, there's no point to the second screen then. Like I said, I have a point because I can see all this stuff at the same time. Like I could tell if my stream goes down or my camera crashes while looking at chat. Like there's a point to the multiple monitor. I can see it all at once. Now, can I focus on all 3 screens of these at once? No, I can't focus on them, but I can be aware. Like out of the corner of my eye, I can see if this crashed over here, which is where we feature super chats. I can see it because I can tell that it's running out of the corner of my eye. Over here, I can see if the stream is running, excellent connection, all that. I can also watch the Xbox Direct. And here I can tell if the camera is. But I don't have to look at this. I can tell with my peripheral vision the things I need to know. So I don't have to focus on all the screens.
What's up? Joining you from the frozen tundra of the South Wall.
What's the South Wall? Dude, how much snow are they getting down south? South US. Because like we have nothing up here. There's like just absolutely nothing up here. I won't show you where I live, but I'll show you somewhere nearby. There's just nothing. Yeah, look at this. We have cold weather. We have cold weather. No snow. Look, sunny even. Cold. -1 today, -2, 11, 7, 25, 27, 29, 22, 22, 27. No snow. We're prepared for snow. We've been getting snow forever. But the last 2 winters, we just haven't really got much. I think we have 1 inch total this year over 2 snowfalls. It's nothing. Didn't even shovel my driveway. It's nothing. Nothing. That ain't shit. Thanks for the 5. Where's the Xbox Direct? Top of the hour. Top of the hour. You get anywhere from 6 to 12 inches? Damn. Where are you at? Like what state you in, Venatus? If you don't mind me asking. Jacksonville got 8 inches? Damn. Yeah, we can get shit. All the storms went south this year for some reason. I mean, I should say that the winter's not over. So I'll still be in winter up here for another like 2 months. 2-3 months. So chances are the storms will eventually come back north and then we'll get blasted with snow. Parts of LA got like 10 plus inches. Doesn't LA need the water? Like, isn't it good for LA after all those fires to have snow? I'm not saying that like they like snow, but after all those fires, wouldn't it be good to have snow in LA? Like, I feel like that's a good thing for them. They've been in a drought. They've been in a massive drought. Like, I feel like even though it's snow and they'd rather it be rain, it's still good for them. Not Cali, LA? Oh, then what LA are we talking about? Oh, Louisiana, you meant. Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, with the fires, God, that feels like that would actually be a blessing for LA. Okay. All right. So you're talking about Louisiana. All right. So I was going to be like, man, I'd be happy for them if they got 10 inches of snow. That'd be sick. I mean, it would suck because they have no infrastructure for it, but like their ecology could use it. Jamie Camp, thank you for becoming a member. Whoa. Appreciate it. Welcome to the leader ranks and the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Where's the Coca-Cola? Look, I have the Mountain Dew. You really want here? There you go. There's the Coca-Cola. You happy? Brand new, not even opened. Which one do I get first? You want to play Legends EA more than Ultra Sun, and I also don't currently own a home console or a handheld. Do I get a handheld that can be used at home? I mean, you kind of answered your question, Lord. You want to play Legends EA more than Ultra Sun, so then why wouldn't you get a Switch 1 or a Switch 2? You answered your question. I want to play this more than that, so that you kind of answered your own question. Rick Staines, 5 gifted members. Congratulations to Red Hero Trainer, Cold K, Flash C137 Joshua, Ninja Please 636, and Tyrone Ransom. Interesting name. Thank you guys. Then thank you to Rick Staines. Whoa. For that lovely stuff. All right. That's awesome. Thanks for the support, guys. Appreciate it. That is 7 new members today. 6 gifted, 1 Au Naturel. All right. You only realize that after you sent it? Yeah. Look, you kind of answered your own question. You'd rather play ZA, so get a Switch 1 or a Switch 2. I mean, at this point, I could argue wait for Switch 2, but it's going to be more expensive, and you can get a Switch Lite, but then you want one you can use on your TV, possibly. If you only care about handheld, you can get a Switch Lite for pretty cheap. But if you care about the TV mode, obviously, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, I mean, I would almost wait for Switch 2, but I'm also different because I'm a content creator, and I know I'm going to be playing like all the Switch 2 games. Not all of them, literally, but a lot of them. All right. They close schools in North Florida. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure schools closed a lot down south because they just have no infrastructure to deal with snow. Even like there was like a dusting that canceled the Milwaukee Bucks Pelicans game. It wasn't even that much snow, but like they just don't have the infrastructure to deal with even a little bit of snow in New Orleans. Like they just don't have any infrastructure for it. And it's understandable because like they just don't get snow. It's just, but for some reason, the way the winds blew, these winter storms went south instead of north. They usually come north. So all the snow you guys are getting, it's usually what I get every year. But so we're used to it. We have all the infrastructure for it. We have all the plows. We have all the salt trucks and everything. We're all ready for it. We have all the winter clothing and like it's still cold here. We still have to wear like cold. We're just all the storms went south this year. Very rare that it happens, but it does happen. But we definitely have like traditional winter weather here. Like we're in the negatives. Last winter we were actually like in the 50s. So like we basically didn't even have winter last year. But that was because of El Nino. Now we're supposed to be having La Nina, and yeah, we are back to our normal winter cold weather, but we're just not getting the snow. All the wind is taking the storm south instead of up here. You want snow in Brazil so badly? Dude, I love snow. I grew up around it. I've had all 4 seasons my whole life. I love snow. I also love tropical weather. I do. I like to vacation in it. I don't like to live in it. I'm not a huge fan of like constant humidity every single day, but I do like vacationing in it. It's nice for a week or two. It really is. But then I like to come back to Wisconsin or up north, Canada. You know, get back to the 4 seasons. Have your full fall, your full spring. Like spring and fall are like my favorite seasons. It's like the perfect weather. And winter I don't mind. I like to go sledding. I know how to ski, believe it or not. I haven't gone skiing in a handful of years, but I do enjoy it. And yeah, sledding and snow tubing are freaking awesome, man. Went snow tubing 2 winters ago. God, it was so much fun. And so much fun. It was like 3.5 hours of snow tubing. Me and the kids, we went to this place called Christie Mountain. Oh, it was great, man. It was so fun. Just a blast, man. Snowmobiling is a lot of fun too. For those that have never gotten to do that either. It's like jet skiing, but on land. It's fucking sweet. It's also a lot more dangerous because if you don't know what you're doing, you will run into trees. Oh, everyone gets a couple of games they really want. Come to Switch 2. I want Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA, 456, PGA, 2K25, Madden. What's a few games you want the most? Well, I'd like to see like the current versions of Madden come over. Would be sick with full cross-gen play. You guys know, a lot of you guys know anyways that I'm in a Madden league that I play on Xbox. But you can join that league from anywhere because like it's cross-gen. That being said, third-party wise, some of the biggest things I want to come over are the kind of games that I have other systems to play. So like, like it's easy to say like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle because I'm playing on Xbox, but then I still might have played it on Xbox because I have Game Pass, so I didn't have to like buy the game. But then I think about games that I haven't completed yet, like Elden Ring, especially if Elden Ring has cross saves with PC, that would be sick. Because then I would just bring my save file over from PC and continue playing it on my Switch 2, which would be that would be sick. I would actually really love that. So Elden Ring and its upcoming sequel, Night Rain, coming out. I'd like to see that come over. Let me see, what other games would I like to see come over? We already got Call of Duty, so I'm pretty happy with that. I don't buy every Call of Duty, but I'll buy the first one that comes out on Switch 2 for sure. Let's see here. I'm already pretty confident we're getting Doom: The Dark Ages because we got the prior 2 Dooms. So let's go with something I'm not sure about. The next Elder Scrolls that's in development, Fable. I'd like to see that come over. I think I want Assassin's Creed Shadows over. I'm a little torn on that game because some of the controversies around it. Not that I care because it's not like culturally offensive to me. It's not my culture. Japanese culture is not my culture. I can't be offended at something that's not my culture. I feel like people that get offended on behalf of other cultures you're not part of is a bad way to live your life. I don't feel like I need to get offended on the behalf of other people. Like if people in Japan are offended by the game, let them speak up on it. I don't live in their culture. I don't know. So I'm not really like offended because it's not my culture. But I do think some of the choices they made are interesting and weird. But the game still might be fantastic, so we'll see. But I kind of I love the Assassin's Creed series, so I kind of want that on Switch. I think I'll give it a try and judge it for myself. Because again, I'm not upset about any of that stuff because I can't be. I don't know that culture well enough, and even if I did, I don't live in it. So if people from Japan are complaining about it, cool, I get it. But I don't think it's my right to complain about some of that culture stuff because it's not my culture. That being said, I'd like that game to come over. Star Wars Outlaws, I'd like to come over as well. Speaking of Ubisoft, I've played the game. I got a review copy of it. I think it's really fun. It did have some bugs in it that have been patched out, but I enjoyed Outlaws. I enjoyed it more than the Fallen Jedi or the Last Jedi. All those EA ones. I liked it more than those. I just think it felt better to play than those ones did. Like the character movements and I don't know, the quests. I just enjoyed it more. But I didn't beat the game, so I wouldn't mind that coming over. I might beat that on Switch too. And then any other third parties? Let's see. I'd like to see Red Dead Redemption 2 come over. I never beat that game. I got about halfway through. I wouldn't mind finishing that one off on Switch 2, especially if there's cross saves, because cool. I can just continue where I left off. If not, whatever. You know, it's a good game. I don't mind replaying it. Was it Monster Hunter Wilds? Come on. You gotta have Monster Hunter Wilds, right? Isn't that what it's called? God, I'm gonna be so mad if that's not the name of it. Is it Wilds? Yes, it is. All right, good. I'm like, yeah, damn, please say I got it right. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. Absolutely want that to come over. I'd like a remake of Conker's Bedford. I see people bringing up some of those old classics. I'd like a remake of it. But yeah, like, there's a lot that I want to come over. It's a question of what we're gonna get and what we're not gonna get. You know, all those Resident Evil remake games, I'd like those to come over. You know, speaking of Capcom, if I start just going company by company, I can come up with like lots of things that I want to come over. Those Resident Evil remakes are great. I want Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and remake, and then the third one that's going to come out, I want that to be on Switch too. I don't care if Final Fantasy 16 comes over because I don't like Final Fantasy 16, but I think for Final Fantasy fans, it would be good if that game came over. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean other people don't. Doesn't help that I played 16 right after I finished 7 remake. And 7 remake was just so much better. But just like thinking company by company right now. Isn't there like a new Metal Gear coming? Yeah, Delta. It's already rumored as coming to Switch 2. It's already rumored as coming. I'd like to see that come over. Yeah, Delta Snake Eater. Expedition 33, yeah. Expedition 33, we're going to see more of that today. We're going to see more of Expedition 33 today. My hype for Expedition 33 is pretty high. I really love the concept of Expedition 33. It looks like such a great game. I really want that game to come over. That game looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, man. I really hope that game comes over. What about Persona? I'm not a big Persona guy, but I mean, I'm not opposed to them being there. I mean, I want all games on Switch too, even if they're not ones I'm into, because there's other audiences. Like, I want you guys to get the games you want. I'm not one of those selfish gamers that I only get excited for the games I'm into. I get excited for all big games that come over, because I know they're going to be making people happy. So like, you'll see me react like in the Switch 2 Direct when that happens. There might be some third-party games in there that I don't really plan to play, but I know people are going to be really excited the game is there. So you'll see me get excited for them because I get happy for other people, not just myself. So, and that's the way I've always been. So if you ever wonder why I seem to always be happy with every Direct or every presentation, it's like, because I don't think about just me. I think about everyone else. Because it's not just about me. I'm not that kind of selfish person, you know? It's not just about what I'm going to play, what I'm going to spend my money on. Like, when a new Persona gets announced for Switch 2 and people are going nuts in the chat, I feel that energy. I can feel that excitement through the chat. Like, let's go, baby. Let's get hype. Do you board? I don't snowboard, no. My fiance does. Yulia snowboards, but I don't snowboard. Kind of wish I would have learned when I was younger. I'm not saying I'm too old to learn, but it's a lot, you know, at my age, it'd be a lot easier if I already knew how to do it, you know? Just like when I go rollerblading, like, at my age, I don't know if I would ever learn to rollerblade, but I'm glad I know. I'm glad I can put rollerblades on and go rollerblading. I just know how to do it, like riding a bike. My town always has absolutely insane snowplow systems. At like 12 a.m., the trucks are already out and the roads are clear by like 5. Yeah, oh yeah. That's the same way here, man. What we'll have is like when we know the snow is coming, the trucks will be out at like between 5 and 8 at night, and they'll be pre-salting the roads. They pre-salt because they're trying to make sure there's not like a layer of ice, and then they'll be out at midnight to clear the snow off. But even when the snowplows come, it doesn't always clear down to the road. But that doesn't matter because there's the pre-salt they did that's soaked into that bottom layer that might not come off and just melts it off the highway. And yeah, by the time you even wake up, the roads are clear. Yep, that's just how it is. It's what happens when you live in these northern states. Like, we're just prepared for this. Like, we just know. We do it all the time. We deal with it all the time. Us getting a bunch of snow isn't a big deal. Like 2 feet of snow, not a problem. The only time it becomes like an issue is this was like 3 or 4 winters ago. We had a 6-foot snowfall. All right. Yeah, no one went to work that day. Because you couldn't get out of your own driveway. All right, like 6 feet of snow is a lot of snow. When the snow is taller than me, that's a lot of snow. Okay, I'll say that's a blizzard. That was taller than me. Now, were we back to work the next fucking day? Absolutely. It was only 1 day out of work. The plows were out. It was only 1 day out of work. Now, yeah, what's cool though, this is what's nice. I don't know about where you guys live, but like, in today's world, a lot of us don't interact with our neighbors that much. What's really cool about up here is when something like that happens, it's like a neighborhood event. We all help each other. So people have like extra shovels. People have like their snow blowers, and like everyone's just helping everyone because it's such an abnormal, like we don't get that level of snow at one time very often that it becomes like this community thing where like the whole neighborhood comes together. And then you always have like those couple houses that are like coming out and bringing hot chocolates to everyone and coffees, hot coffees to people because we're as a whole neighborhood all day just trying to clear out each other's driveways. It's kind of nice. There's like a community aspect to that. It kind of brings us together as a neighborhood. It's nice. So like even then, like, oh, you get a day off work, but then also you kind of come together as a community. It's cool. And then everyone's right back at it. Everyone's right back at their normal lives, right? Literally the next day. But yeah, I've had that happen a handful of times where we've had a shit ton of snow like that, where it's like, it doesn't matter how prepared you are. Like, you're going to have a day off. It's just, it is what it is. Yes, it's kind of cool. It helps that a lot of people in Wisconsin and a lot of neighborhoods we're very friendly people. Like even like when we're driving, like we let cars get in front of us all the time. We're not dicks about it. Like in some cities, we're like, you just never let anyone in. And no, we're always letting people in. Whatever, we don't care. People think it's weird from Florida, but hate beaches. I love beaches, but I also didn't grow up by them. I mean, we have beaches here, but they're, lake beaches aren't the same as ocean beaches. Why does PlayStation PSP thing for PS5 look like a Wii U but a ripoff? It's not a Wii U ripoff. What are you talking about? It's the same thing they've been doing that Portal thing for years. You used to be able to like play your PlayStation 4 games on your Vita, streaming to it. Like, it's not anything new. Right, Xbox right now. I was playing a Madden game the other day on my phone upstairs in my room, but it was streaming off my Xbox. That's literally what the Portal's doing. It's just streaming from your system. It's nothing new. You can do it with the PlayStation app too. I would like to see God of War or Ragnarok. I'm gonna put my phone on the charger. It's at 80%. I cannot wait to play the best versions of Last of Us 1 plus 2 on Switch. I do not expect any Sony games besides the ones that are like obviously the Lego game and then MLB The Show, because they were forced to bring that to everything. I don't play PlayStation games or Xbox games, so I don't know what game I should get for Switch 2. You just get whatever games look interesting to you. That's all it is. You watch the trailers and you see what interests you. Okay, Friday. If I register to email for Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order at Best Buy and GameStop, sure, but by the time they email you, the pre-orders will be gone. I'm just warning you. What about Persona? Okay, how was the Prime Direct today? We haven't had... What are you talking about? No Prime Direct. There's an Xbox Direct at the top of the hour. Do you think they'll straight up say coming to Switch 2 in this? Is there a chance there could be a Switch 2 logo? Maybe. I don't think they're going to say coming to Switch 2. It would just be a logo at the end of a trailer. I don't think in this particular showcase they're going to do that. I think they're just going to say coming to Game Pass. That's what they seem to always do. But pay attention to the trailer uploads after the event is over. Trailer uploads after the event is over might have like PlayStation 5 and Switch 2 on it. So that's the thing you got to pay attention to. You got to pay attention to the trailer uploads to the YouTube channels and stuff after the event. The event itself will just focus on Game Pass. But the trailers that get uploaded to YouTube after the show, those may have PlayStation 5 and Switch 2 logos and stuff. And we'll check that out. We'll check that out after the show. We'll go see the uploads and we'll see if there's any PS5 or Switch 2 logos on anything. Let's see here. Which county am I from? I'm not gonna say what county I'm from. Don't need to narrow down where I'm at. I already gave a weather report from a place I don't live that's close enough. It's so messy. I just hate how the sun gets everywhere. Everyone, you seen them all? Sure. What's my address? Yeah, let me just want my social security number while we're at it. Maybe some of my credit card numbers. Hell, you want the direct number to my business bank? Payday's coming up. One of you guys wants direct access to my business bank account, don't you? It's about to get a fat check dropped in it. That's going to be gone when I pay my bills, but you know, for a moment, it's going to look nice. I think Nintendo should make an option to make a custom Nintendo Switch 2 with color and Nintendo IP, and then we'll do an upcharge. Sure. Cool. Yeah, you give me the exact latitude and longitude of my house. People want to come to my house. Yeah, I don't know if I trust a bunch of strangers showing up in my house. One, I got children. That's already scary having a bunch of strangers show up. Two, dude, I'm going to wake up one day and all the shit in my office is going to be gone. Everyone just stole everything. Then I got to deal with insurance companies. No idea with that shit. MMOs for Switch 2. You think we see games beyond Diablo 4, ESO, Final Fantasy? Yeah. I think there'll be a lot of MMOs on Switch 2. Destiny. You still living a bit east of Madison? What? I've never lived east of Madison. What the fuck you're talking about? Thank you, sirs. Your package is being delayed. Kindly provide your social security number. We will retrieve it for you. That there be no scalpers. What do you think they will do with colored Joy-Cons as the main unit as fixed colors in the sides? There's a lot of thought processes that was just for the reveal purposes, and there won't be fixed colors in the sides. So we'll see. When will it start? 12 minutes. Were you streaming 2 hours before the direct started? Yes. It's called a pre-show. Why would you steal? I don't know. Why would you steal, Pokemon fan? That's a question for you, not me. Nah, dude, I don't troll. I'm out of troll anymore, Corey. My troll days are behind me. Consider yourself primed. I'm Nintendo Prime, bitch. How many Switch 2 SKUs will there be on launch day? Millions, but I don't know. I mean, they'll be spread out worldwide, so I have no idea. Prime Hydration should sponsor this. Yeah, I don't know if I want anything to do with Logan Paul and KSI sponsoring my channel. No offense to those content creators. I just don't know if I like that association. Even though the name makes sense. But my kids do like the Prime drinks. But they give me a deal I can't refuse. Maybe I'll take a one-off sponsorship. Deal. Give me a deal I can't refuse. All right, Don. Goddamn fucking Samus Hunter.
Here she comes to wreck the day.
Why does Samus Hunter have to get brought up? Just to make Joycey J laugh, maybe. Did you hear the new leak from Samus Hunter? God!
Here she comes comes to wreck the day.
Enough of the Samus Hunter stuff. For those that don't know around here, I don't believe anything that comes out of Samus Hunter's fingertips. Can't say mouth because she just types things out. But I believe absolutely nothing that she says. Introducing Mountain Dew 2 contains 400 gallons of sugar. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, Liar Liar's great. Did you see Pioro kind of confirmed Gen 5 remakes for Pokemon? Weren't they Gen 4? Then again, who knows? He might have also teased Gen 5. He's talking quite a bit lately. It's a little weird. Yeah, you heard there's rumblings about it. But rumblings doesn't mean that it's happening. Let's see here. Do you think NSO will go up in price with Switch 2 this year? No. Andrew Francis. I'm so excited for Switch 2 launch. I already have my first to know receipt from my local store. Can't wait for the phone call. Let's go. Yeah, I don't even have that. I might have fucked myself and because I didn't get a first to know receipt. I might be boned. We'll see what happens. For what? Joycey, you missed it? Samus Hunter keeps getting talked about.
Here she comes to wreck the day.
Samus Hunter was brought up like 7 times. We gotta flip over to the Xbox thing soon here, guys. Do they have music playing? Oh my god, they do. It's really loud though. It's really loud. We'll leave it at HD. It's fine. I'm not streaming in 4K anyways. Here we go. So you can see their countdown. Introducing Coca-Cola 2 contains 4,000 gallons of Nintendo Prime. Are you showing the director just reacted to it? Why won't I show it while reacting to it? I was fourth in the sign-up, so I should get a chance to pre-order in store. Don't give up, Prime. They could have no calls and cancellations. Yeah, we'll see. I gotta get 5 pre-orders. Did you predict the first trailer in this presentation to have the Switch 2 logo? Do I predict? I don't think anything in this showcase will have a Switch 2 logo. However, the trailer uploads after the showcase may, so we'll see. Did you miss anything? Well, not yet. We're 6 minutes away from the show beginning. They must show a Nintendo Switch and say, "This is an Xbox." Oh, man. You're watching this on your TV. Nice. We should be streaming in 1080p. Someday we may switch to 4K streams. YouTube right now has a really big delay on 4K streams. It's delayed by like a minute and a half or something. It's crazy. So with like such a big delay, it just doesn't feel live anymore, right? So that's why we don't stream in 4K. But the moment like that, if that ever gets like fixed, where it's actually more like a maximum like 15-30 second delay, then maybe we'll stream in 4K, which will look even better on your TVs. Now, I had thought about streaming in 4K for Switch 2 for any games that run in 4K, just to be like, just to get them going. You know what I mean? Like, just to show you guys what the games look like in 4K as best as I can. I had thought about doing some 4K streams for that purpose, and just deal with the delay. But introducing Switch 2 drink. Contains 1,000 gallons. What are you guys doing? No, my testing is it's way more than 40 seconds gaming. I've tested it before. They say it's 15 to 40. It's not. It's over a minute. But for Switch 2 purposes, I may do it just to show off, like if there's anything in 4K with DLSS, just to kind of show you guys what that looks like. It also means I'll have to hook up a different screen here because this is only a 1080p screen. And I'll have to hook up a 4K one, which is fine. I might change my setup and run it off the TV behind me. Not a big deal. What's up, Thunderstash? Glad to see you. Glad to see you here. I know you said you were going to stop in to check this out when the event's happening, so glad to see you here, Thunderstash, co-host of the Nintendo podcast. You guys check him out. He does game reviews, a few other cool videos. I don't even know what review he's working on right now. Something. He just recently dropped Indiana Jones. Maybe he's working on that was it the Retroid Pocket or something? I have no idea. You want Conquer? Well, I don't think we're seeing Conquer. I don't know. According to the rumors, there's more than 4 games in this show today. But are the rumors correct? I have no idea. We'll see. Microsoft only teased 3 known games, 1 surprise game. So they're saying 4 games in this direct. Rumors are saying there's more than 4. Guess we're about to find out. The 3 games we know are hype. So, where's the direct? As if you can't see the countdown timer in the middle of the screen. Last night's Attend by Podcast was a solid show. Thanks. Yeah. I thought it was a good show too. I thought it was really good. Hell, we might be able to talk about stuff from this show next week. We'll see. Depends if anything gets announced for Switch 2. Yeah, last night's show's already over 5,000 views, doing good, well on its way to 6K. Maybe higher. It's a good show. It's not going to hit 10. I don't think it's going to. Oh, I should say it's not going to. I don't think it's going to hit 10K like some of the shows we did last week, but that's okay. Here's a weird comment on the most recent episode of the podcast. Duh, Game Boy. It's fine that you guys got my old channel removed. I've never reported a YouTube channel ever. All I was doing was sharing links to ideas I have for the Nintendo Switch. If you fell in your heart that was worth me not having a YouTube channel, fine. The YouTuber gamer community is super unfair and I'll never forget. What the fuck is this guy talking about? I've never ever reported a YouTube channel. Ever. Even when they stole my shit, I didn't report them. What kind of comment is that, man? You're gonna never forget this. Like, what the fuck did I do? I definitely didn't get anyone's YouTube channel deleted. Jeez. Who did it? You can go see the comments on the recent podcast. I mean, there's only 5 comments, so it's not that hard to find it. I don't know why I'm getting blamed. Like I did something. I don't know who this person is. Like the most that could have happened is they got banned from the channel for spamming links. But like that's not deleting their YouTube channel. You know, it's got nothing to do with your YouTube channel. Here we go. Oh, banned. They're getting dramatic. All right, let's turn this up. Let's turn this up. Full volume. Okay. In development. Cross saves and cross progression. Fuck yeah. Okay. What's happening? It's quiet. Did I mute it? No. It's intentionally quiet. Okay, this is 18 plus, clearly. Okay. Doom. Doom to Dark Ages. gonna show 4. All they promised. Oh, we're going right. We're going right to the unknown game. Oh shit! What is it? It's got to be like Avowed, right? Because Avowed comes out next month. Team Ninja. Dude, this music is so dramatic.
こんにちは、超えてくもゲームズチーム忍者の安田文彦です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
No, they didn't do it, did they?
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja.
Yes!
However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrate the facility.
Hell yeah.
Commencing mission.
Woo! A little Platinum Games action. Hell yeah.
No escape.
What a start.
You're open. Weak. This is it.
Hey, look, it's a flurry rush.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
Hell yeah.
So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
There it is. Ninja Gaiden 4, baby. Fuck yeah.
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中で竜はやぶさも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜はやぶさが戦う目的は何なのか、 本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。今作の新主人公であり、ハヤブサと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
これまで忍者外伝シリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージを忍具やシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも様々なシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
新しい主人公のヤクモは竜ハヤブサに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者外伝シリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。さらにヤクモが使える新要素、結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によって、これまでから大きく進化した1対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者外伝にはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率機も健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら、一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの方によって忍者外伝のアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者外伝らしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや、滅却、絶技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサはそれぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。ヤクモ そして竜はやぶさの双方で飛燕、伊豆直落などシリーズおなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者外伝にご期待ください。忍者外伝シリーズに色濃く残っている歯ごたえやグレードの高いアクション体験の継承、さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者外伝を触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者外伝を初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者外伝4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
Hell yeah. Dude, they had other platforms on there.
さて本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。こちらをご覧ください。
I didn't see Switch 2 in there. I saw PC, PS5, Xbox. So they had other platforms. That's encouraging. What's this other thing they have to show us though? Unreal Engine.
My path leads through the land of the dead.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
You know what we're seeing right now, aren't we?
All paths before me are cruel and arduous.
They fucking brought him back. They brought him back.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox360 で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。今作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。美麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、竜はやぶさに加え綾音、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、 PC そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
Well, there you go. That's more than 4 games already. Coming out fall. All right. Fall. Yeah. No Switch 2 announcement on that one. Ah, here we go. Oh, I'm so excited for this game.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements, and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
We wouldn't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving.
Oh, yeah,
an ancient magical power that redefines her
Dude,
trajectory.
I would have got the belt if I talked like that to my mom.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting
This is a new
and
IP.
traditional
This is a new IP.
Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master
It's like a mix
new
of, like,
weaving abilities,
cell shading,
using them
realism,
to traverse
and
the world,
stop motion.
conjure
kinda.
objects, and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills becomes the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun them.
Get over here!
Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat,
So, like an
like
RPG?
enhancing area of effect attacks,
Action RPG.
or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We are lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
We gotta have a talk after the stream, after the show's done. I hope you guys will stick around. We gotta have a little chat.
Bonjour everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive and welcome to our manor. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that, defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth, gameplay that innovates on the classics we love, and a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Soundful Interactive on these tenets: a group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy.
Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about Aria.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustave, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
What the hell?
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a jet troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous.
That is awesome.
You'll meet Monoko and many other jet trolls across the game.
That's a really neat character.
And of course, there is Estier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Eske is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time. But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Mal switches between stances which can alternately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mal the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestural Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrals are like. The Gestural Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Minoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Gestral.
For Eske, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map.
Yay!
And it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need Eske's help traveling around.
Dude, you never see this in games anymore.
We're super happy with the result, though,
Damn.
as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, we don't we don't get that kind of shit in games
We've
anymore,
poured
man.
our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wishlist the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team, it's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Here we go. Doom. Doom.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid I mouthed the words. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight. And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id. But that's not all, because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a Doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system, all on one input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit, and it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean, ancient, brutal torture machines built to butcher,
man. It's crushing
impale,
skulls and shooting them,
and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
Under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best.
Okay.
You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
Oh, dude.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer.
Live streams.
We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building, it's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun.
Only in Doom, man.
And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game. discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete.
Damn.
And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom the Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide when Doom the Dark Ages releases.
Fuck yeah, man. In May, baby. It's the end, right?
I cannot move.
This is so You will feel like the super weapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based system has real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
忍具やシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
Awesome, man. I'm playing all 4 of those games. It helps I have Game Pass. But as for any of them coming to Switch 2, obviously you got to check trailers after the show to see if they put a logo in. But even then, it's possible the logos won't appear until after April 2nd as well, because they might want to say, surprise, this game's coming to Switch 2, you know, for the April event. That being said, a couple things to talk about. First off, love the show. Holy shit. That was a good show. Let's get a little lo-fi here. That was a really good show. I really enjoyed that show. I don't know about you guys. I really enjoyed it. I absolutely love that show. I love these developer directs because by the way, I was reading the comments. I saw you guys complaining, it's not a good show. It's not this. You just do like a 3-minute trailer. Then don't watch. Don't watch. Nobody complained when we had 10 to 15 minutes of Aonuma explaining Tears of the Kingdom. No one had a problem with that. All they did was do 4 of those in a row. Why is it a problem when it's other people's games that they show developers and they talk about the games and they explain things and they show off a bunch of stuff? We don't complain when Nintendo does it. They do entire directs, 20-minute directs dedicated to a game that does the same shit. And we never complain about that. So why are we complaining when other people do it? That's what I didn't get. It was like an ironic complaint in the chat about stuff Nintendo does all the time. You know? Like that's what was so weird. It's very weird energy. It's like we're purposely being shitty towards Xbox. We're doing exactly what Nintendo does. It makes no sense. This isn't like a Nintendo Direct where they're rapid firing games. This is like a dedicated game direct, but 4 in a row. That's not incorrect. Go back and watch all the dedicated game directs Nintendo's done. I've been literally covering this shit since the beginning of the Nintendo Direct era. Go watch their dedicated game directs. Go watch the Tears of the Kingdom showcase by Eiji Aonuma the month before the game came out. They do the same shit. They cut to like people talking and then they go back and they show gameplay. I kind of feel like we're being a little unfair. And the reason we be unfair is because for some reason, some of you fucks out there don't give a fuck who's making the games. Why do you think you know who Eiji Aonuma is? Because he goes on camera in front and talks about the fucking games. Same with Miyamoto. All these names we know as legends come on camera and talk about their games. How are we supposed to even know who's making the games if they're not allowed to present them? You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so stupid. No, Jackson. I ain't gonna calm down because it's bullshit. I'm so tired of watching gamers insult, attack, and berate game developers who are proud to show their games to you. They don't have to make these fucking things, and you don't have to buy them. You don't. If you don't like the presentation, don't watch. We know what Xbox Directs are. We know what they are. This isn't a new concept. Xbox, this is like their 5th one or something. We know what they are. They bring the developers on and they talk about their games and they show some of the gameplay. This is what they are. If you don't like them, don't watch. Just watch the trailers after the fact. They always release trailers afterwards. Go watch the trailers. I actually give a shit about the people who make the games. Because if they didn't make the fucking games, I don't have the things to play I want. And the funny thing is, all of you guys reacting positive to the Doom one. Oh my God, that Doom one is great. Oh, it's so sick. Yeah, the other games were fucking sick too. And they were doing the same shit in the other ones, and yet there was more complaints about what they were doing with Expedition 33 and how many times they had developers on screen time. They did the same shit with Doom. And you complain less. Why? Because you like that game more. It's stupid. These developers, this is their life's work. This is what they do for a living. This is their product. Show some respect. And that's before we even get to South of Midnight. Everyone bitching about DEI. DEI is not involved with the fucking game. They already debunked that in an interview in December. It's the game they wanted to make. But now, because it's a black female lead that has, some female game developers. By the way, all the games they showed today had some female game developers. All of them. Doom the Dark Ages did. Why ain't you bitching about that? They literally showed female developers on camera. Ain't bitching about that with DEI. Oh, but because it's a black female lead. Shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of it. They literally debunked it in an interview. DEI is not involved in the fucking game. That fucking studio that everyone bitches about coming in and forcing diversity, they're not involved with the game. It is the game they wanted to make. What point are we gonna stop bitching about the fucking games and just play them? Play the games. If you don't like a game with a black female lead, don't fucking play it. It would be like bitching that Samus Aran is a female back in the day in Metroid. Or Lara Croft is a lead in the game. We didn't bitch back then. So why are we bitching now? pisses me off. These fuckers put their lives into this. Millions of dollars. And you sit there and just dismiss it because it has a lead character or because they're putting people on screen you don't want to fucking look at. Then don't watch. We knew that game was being presented. We knew the game's being presented today besides Ninja Gaiden. We already knew it going in. If you don't like it, don't watch. And get the fuck off my YouTube channel. Tired of this shit. You guys treat Nintendo different than you treat all these other fucking companies. And it pisses me off. That's what I'm mad about. That's why I said we needed to talk. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Treat them with respect. They did nothing to you. They didn't come to your house, tell you how to live your life. So stop telling them how to make games. If you don't like it, don't buy it. That simple. Show some fucking respect. God, I get more respect as a fat white dude in my basement than you guys are giving some of those. This isn't everyone. But I get more respect as a fat white dude in my basement talking bullshit about video games than you guys are giving some of these developers. It's okay if you don't like the game. I'm going to play all of them. I might not like them all. But it ain't going to be because of who made the game, or because there's a black female lead, or because there's a Slayer lead, or because Expedition 33 has 2 females and 2 dudes or whatever. None of that's going to matter to me. It's going to be, is it a good fucking game and do I enjoy playing it? And I'm not going to sit here and act like forced inclusivity hasn't affected and made some games worse. Sure, but every time a new IP especially gets revealed and has anything to do with females, magically there's just a mass assumption that it's about forced inclusivity. It couldn't be that they had an idea. It couldn't be that, hey, we have an idea for a game we want to make, and it just happens to have a female lead. No, it has to be forced inclusivity. Why? Why? Why can't it just be what they wanted to make? We didn't say that about Lara Croft. We didn't say that about Samus Aran. Why are we saying that now? All we ever say is we don't want current characters change. We don't want Link to become a chick, right? We don't want Link and Zelda to become a girl. That's forced inclusivity. We don't want that. If you want to make a game with a female lead, we say make a new IP. So then a new IP gets made, and then we bitch about that being forced inclusivity. It can't be forced if that was the idea from the beginning. Oh, man. Sorry. It makes me mad. I watched this shit happen on the internet, and I thought it wasn't going to happen on my channel. I thought the people watching my channel knew better. I thought I fostered a community that respects game developers. And for the most part, I think a lot of you guys do. I want to be clear. I'm not yelling at all of you. It's really the hardcore, 10 people in the chat, you know? Anyways, that being said, I thought it was a great direct. Done with my rant. I'm good. Sure, Raven, give me an L. Get the fuck off my channel. You're not the kind of person I want watching my content if you think what I said was an L. I approve this message. Thank you, mister. It's all right, George. Get the fuck off my channel, too. You can see it out the door, too. I don't want people... DEI is not involved in the fucking game, George. That's the problem. Because it has a black female lead, you're assuming something that's not true. And they're getting harassed over it. They're getting death threats over something that's not even true. Get the fuck out of here, dude. No DEI was involved in South of Midnight. It was just a game they wanted to make. They've already debunked this in interviews. They had people come to their fucking studio to try to debunk it. They have gone on a campaign trail to prove they had no forced inclusivity in their fucking game. But you don't know that because you don't care. It's easy to pick the low-hanging fruit and just bitch. As these people get harassed over something they're not even doing. It's so dumb. I'm not even talking about DEI, whether it's good or bad. I'm saying that game doesn't have it. And the only reason you think it does is because the director is a female and it has a black female lead. And that's all you have. Oh, sorry, can females not direct video games? A female fucking directed Echoes of Wisdom. Why ain't you bitching about DEI in that game? We play as Zelda, female director. Why aren't you bitching there? Oh, because Eiji Aonuma presented the game to you. Jesus Christ, man. I'm so tired of it. It's such a tired narrative. If you're going to make accusations like that, you better be able to back it up. And the accusations against that development team isn't backed up by facts. Save that campaigning shit for the games it's actually ruining. Thanks. All right. We're allowed to not like every game we see. Absolutely. But the way you're talking makes it seem like you're attacking all your viewers for something a couple haters. It wasn't a couple. There was over a dozen people in the chat doing it. Wasn't a couple. Wasn't a couple. I think I made it pretty clear. It's not all of you. It was a select few, and the select few can get the fuck off my channel. That is not the community we're fostering here. I don't care if you like the games or not. It's not about whether you like the game or not. I don't care if you don't like South by Midnight, if you don't like Doom, if you don't like Expedition 33 or Ninja Gaiden, that is fine. No one has to like the games. But you don't have to insult the people making them. Just because it's a game not for you. That's all. Say no to female protagonists? All right, Lost, get the fuck off my channel. You basically just said Metroid Prime 4 Beyond might not exist. Sorry, Samus is a female protagonist. You basically just said, you said fuck female protagonists. Well, fuck. Get the fuck off my channel. We're about to go nuts on ham on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond this year. Female protagonist. Fuck out of here. Yeah, this is me mad ASMR. See the difference? When I'm mad and when I'm just face palming, there's a big difference. All right. I'm gonna agree with your messaging. There, if you insult people's games, get the hell on the internet. That's the thing. Like I don't care if people want to be critical towards games. Obviously, I'm critical towards games. It's fine to be critical. There's nothing wrong with being critical. I just don't believe in insulting people that you don't know anything about just because you don't like their video game. You know, I don't think that helps. That progresses anything. You know, she's in a suit doesn't count. Oh, I guess Zero Suit Samus doesn't exist, huh? What the fuck are we talking about? Her wearing a suit doesn't change that she's a female. Samus Aran's a girl. Sorry to break that news to you. Sorry if I'm hurting your little pea brains that can't comprehend that just because she wears a suit doesn't change the fact she's a chick. Jesus, man. This message is for the haters. Everyone, please stop talking about politics. Okay, times have changed. Look. Here, if you want to know my stance, I don't believe in forced inclusivity because forced inclusivity goes away from the creative vision of the game. I don't believe in forced inclusivity. Doesn't mean I don't believe in inclusivity. If a game is designed from the ground up with the intention of some sort of inclusivity, like that's the core principle of the game, I don't have a problem with that. Let it be. That's what the game's for. I have the problem with the forced inclusivity. Games that clearly only added things in to be inclusive, but isn't really a core principle of the game. Yes, I don't think that should exist. I think that sort of stuff is detrimental to the game. I've always believed that. But a game designed from the ground up to be a certain way, that's not forced inclusivity. That's just inclusivity. And I am totally fine with that. Marcus Gray, welcome to being the champion. Just like I won't judge anyone for who you are and what you want to be and how you want to live your life. You just can't force that life upon me, right? That's how I view it with games. You have a game that has never been that way and then you force like a little side mission in it just to be inclusive. Yeah, that's forced inclusivity. Get that out of here. However, if from the ground up, that's just who you are, I don't got a problem with it. You just can't force it upon me. Hit the gym. I probably work out more than you do. Andrew Francis. I'm excited to play as a female lead. She seems like a well-written female lead. Yeah, she seems like... look, I think South of Midnight looks incredible. It's like an action RPG. The combat looks amazing. The art style is kind of interesting because it's like a cel-shaded combined with realism and then like a little bit of stop-motion action going on, which is like kind of unique. We don't get a lot of games like that where they mess with stop-motion a little bit. A little bit of Hi-Fi Rush vibes of it. I actually really like what they're doing with it. And she's trying to save her mom. It's cool. Her mom got swept away in a hurricane. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I think it's a neat premise. And I'm gonna give it a try. I have Xbox Game Pass, so I can get all these games. You know, I literally try everything Microsoft drops on Xbox Game Pass because why wouldn't I? I pay for it. You know, I'm gonna give it a trial. See if it clicks with me. Expedition 33 is like my most hyped out of all that stuff. Expedition 33 just looks incredible. My God, that game looks, that Expedition 33, that game, damn. I hope that game does well. I'm saying that right now. I'm just calling that game's going to be good. I'd be shocked if that game isn't good. If there's like major issues with it. No, the streak can't get ended if we don't get the 69. No. This isn't a Q&A stream. Let's see here. X6 and Leeches. It's a bummer we have to get these talks instead of how good some of these games. Yeah, it just kept happening all stream long. And I'm like, what is going on right now? This is not the community that I have fostered, I swear. I know I'm a 30-something white male in my basement. And I realize that, like, yeah, I don't choose to live my life in certain ways. But I just, man, these developers do so much and barely ever get appreciated. And then, like, be bitch just about them being on camera. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? We don't bitch when Aonuma and Miyamoto and Koizumi and Furukawa and Iwata, Reggie Fils-Aimé, who doesn't even make the fucking games, and bitch when they're on camera. Well, yeah, let's bitch when they put the creators on camera because they're proud to show their game. You know, I mean, that's the first thing I wanted to talk about was just bitching about developers being on camera like they shouldn't be. Like, what are we doing? It's a developer direct. It's in the name. It's about the developers. That's because they earn that respect. Let's be real.
I agree with every word you have said. Some people are really just stupid.
I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna call people stupid. People, I think, and we don't talk about it on my channel, I think it's politics. I think it's political. I think it's all political. I think that's all it is. It's all political. I think all of this comes down to politics. And people run their life on politics. I think that's really what it's all about. Can't ever just judge a game for a game. It's always got to be political. And I don't think you're stupid if that's like the most important thing in your life is politics. It's fine. That's your choice. I don't feel that you're stupid for it. I just don't want that here. I want a community that judges a game based on the merits of the game. If you don't like the game, that's fine. Judge it on its merits. And that's because they earn the respect. Yeah, they earn the respect. You're right. Sure. And how do they earn that respect? By being in person and presenting their video game. How do you think they got the respect? They got to go on camera in front of the fans and present a game, and then we loved the game, and then we gave them respect. The only reason you know who Fujibayashi is because of Breath of the Wild, even though he was also the director of Skyward Sword. Why? Because they put him on camera. Graveheart. Hey, Ton of Prime. How bad do you want an Ocarina of Time remake? Personally, that means to me more than a new Zelda. I want an Ocarina of Time remake pretty bad. I really do. I want a remake pretty bad. We talked about it on the podcast last night. If you want to go check out that, we had a couple conversations on it. It looks like we need some haters tears. Oh, there'll be some haters tears tonight, for sure. I got a whole bottle. Got a whole bottle ready to go. Well, we don't do drinks and stuff during the day. So, well, we're not gonna use that term on my channel. I don't like to make assumptions about people, Dylan. X6 and Leeches. Wonder if Xbox has big plans for Summer Game Fest because we didn't see a whole lot. Rumored games coming to Switch on PlayStation. Well, they obviously announced what games are coming to PS5. They didn't show any Switch 2 logos. I feel like the Switch 2 stuff is probably just because some of the announcements for these games for Switch 2 might be being saved for that April Direct. Like Doom the Dark Ages could easily be in that April Direct. So I feel like some of the stuff is being saved. Like, surprise, it's on Switch 2, you know? Once we're past that point of where it's a surprise that games are on Switch 2, I think you'll see the Switch 2 logos and a lot of stuff.
Sue, am I your day friend? Lol, get some help, haters. Y'all don't even know what day is.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, me and Joyce are cool and ain't got nothing to do with any gender or racial shit. She just kicks ass. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. The art style reminds me of Princess and the Frog. Oh yeah, yeah. And the deep Southern history. I don't know a lot about the deep. One thing that interests me about that game is I don't know a lot about the Deep South, like legends and lore that it's getting into. You know, like, I don't really know a lot about it because I didn't grow up down there. But, you know, I've heard a couple stories. I'm like, dude, it's kind of cool. It's going to go into like these myths and the lore things of like the Deep South. I kind of feel like it's a really neat angle. Of course, you know, if they want to be true to reality, which I mean, obviously it's not true to reality because it's bringing these myths to life. You know, they gotta have like, you know, part of the game where it snows for a little bit because that's what reality is today. They gotta have a part of the game where there's like a little bit of snow for a bit, just a bit. It's only there. It's only in the game for like 10 minutes, but they gotta have a little bit where it snows. They gotta add a little realism to today's reality. Man, I hope everyone down south is doing all right with all that snow. I know it's very unusual for you guys. I just bust out the sled and start having fun, build snowmen and stuff. But let's see here. How bad do you want? Okay, I read that one. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through some of the ats in the chat, guys. The stream's gonna be done in about 17 minutes. We'll stop at 1:30. I gotta get working on a video, and then get ready for my kids to come home and help with homework and all that. Let's see here. So I'm just reading the ats. Unfortunately, when you're brown, my man, politics tend to be your life. People get tired of hearing about it. They can't imagine having to live it. Sure, I understand a little bit. Obviously, I'm not a different skin color, but I know some people that are, and politics are not their life. I'm not saying that they don't deal with other things, but you don't have to pay attention to politics. Politics stuff's a choice, but you can't choose, obviously, how people are going to treat you. That's the thing that you don't have a choice in. And the same is true with me. It started at the beginning of the stream. We had a super chat with someone making fun of me for being fat. Like, yeah, that's not the same kind of thing that people go through, you know, that I would consider real harassment, but it's still a form of harassment that just happens because I am fat. So, but to me, that's not a big deal. The stuff that other people deal with is much worse. And I again, most of it I can only imagine because I've only witnessed a few things in person, because I just happen to live in an area of the world where we're kind of nice to everyone here. Just like, we just don't give a shit. Might as well chug the whole bottle of haters tears. No. I knew I was gonna get into an angry rant. I knew it. I was warming up to it the rest of the stream after reading the chat. I don't care what politics you believe in. I don't care what religions you believe in, what races you are, what genders you are. I don't care what any of that shit. None of that matters to me, because you live your life and you have your own beliefs. It's fine. But I'm not gonna sit back watching my live stream trash game creators because you don't want to see them on camera. Lex says, Nintendo developers have shown respect and hard work. I mean, what do you expect? Let me be clear. I believe all developers should be respected, but the reason why Nintendo is treated special. Well, Nintendo's treated special at my channel because we're a Nintendo channel. I mean, that's the reality there. But in terms of like, you know, Nintendo developers have shown respect and hard work. What have these developers done then? Have they not shown you respect and hard work? The developers of South of Midnight, I'm surprised they haven't gone on angry rants. They are showing immense restraint from going after people online. They are showing an immense amount of respect to an audience that's not respecting them. Just let that sink in. They're showing an amount, like mass amounts of restraint and respect towards people that are literally disrespecting them. You know how hard that is? To take it and not dish it back out? Treat others how you want to be treated. That's something I firmly believe. Treat others how you want to be treated. If you want to treat developers and other people like ass, that means you want to be treated like shit, right? No. I'm not going to treat you like shit. Even the people that disagree with everything I'm saying today, I'm still not going to treat you like shit. I might say get the fuck off my channel because I would prefer to not see your comments in my live streams. Absolutely. But I'm not going to insult you personally. I'm not going to do anything to make you feel bad. I'm going to state my opinions and I'm going to move on. Dylan Banning, I watch your stream so I could try and get away from the current news of politics. Yeah, it happens. J Biggs, when it comes to adding more black females in video games, I'm all for DEI. Needs to go to Nintendo Japan with a picture of Twin Tell and make some demands. No. As I said, I'm all for inclusivity, but the games need to be designed from the ground up. I don't believe in forcing it into already existing IP. Andrew Francis. I wonder where the guitar player went. I haven't seen him in the promotion since the reveal in 2023. He was my favorite character design. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe they're saving it because they don't want to give away any more of that character. You think achievements is a possibility on Switch 2? I think it's possible. Unlikely, but possible. Let's see here. You respect me, like no one has to respect me. It's fine. I get disrespected every day. I'm the most hated Nintendo YouTuber. There's probably no other Nintendo YouTuber that went on a rant like I just did. Tell you that. I know that rant made me enemies, but I don't care.
For me, the formula of explaining in that sort of dramatic film format is over the top, especially game after game. I think a 3 meters trailer plus 7 meters round table after each game would be a better format.
So I like how it goes to meters, because you know it doesn't know what 3M is actually, not meters but minutes. Yeah, I get what you're saying. And obviously the way Nintendo does it, they do it like a game at a time, right? So like when they did the Tears of the Kingdom thing, that was the only thing. So when you do like 4 games in a row like that, I can get where maybe it gets a little tiring, but you know it going in, you know what it's going to be. Like you already know. We know what Xbox developer directs are. I like it. I get basically 4 back-to-back, 4 to 5 back-to-back deep dives, and I like that. I actually like that format. I wish Nintendo would do that all the time. They don't, but I wish they would. I like those back-to-back, but not everyone's going to like that, and that's fine. It's fine. Some prefer it's just like 1 at a time, right? All right, let's see here. No one hates you. Oh no, I've got haters. Just ask the chat. Does Nintendo Prime have haters? The chat will let you know. I didn't even bring up the president, Dylan. Notice how I talked about it without talking about it. See, it's not that hard to just talk respectfully about things. I love rants. So did you find something to rant about once a week? No, I'm not gonna rant. Once a week. Nate the Hate must be getting bullied right now. No, why would he be getting bullied? I don't know why. He talked about things happening all year. The year just started. He shouldn't be getting bullied over anything. Even the things he started coming to Switch 2, like, okay, we haven't got past April. Let's get to the April Direct, you know? Straight Chuck. I hate Nintendo Prime. Introducing Mountain Dew 3. Oh, jeez. Here we go. I think it's cool to have deep dive directs, but Nintendo usually has directs for 20 plus games. You're right, but those are different. Those aren't developer directs. Those are Nintendo directs. You can't compare Nintendo directs to developer directs. They aren't the same thing. I think the use of the term direct is what makes people be like, oh, well, Nintendo directs are better. Well, they're a completely different format. They're literally not trying to do the same thing. Xbox is trying to deep dive 4 games. Nintendo's trying to show 20 plus. Those aren't the same format. That's why I said you got to look at it more like 4 back-to-back individual game directs. Basically what it is put together. That's what Xbox does. I like it because it is different, and I like seeing the developers, and I like seeing how passionate they are about their games. Like, I actually love seeing the people behind the games. I think we should see that more often. Because they have put years and years of work into these games. You know, they've skipped school recitals and other things because they had to work overtime, and like they put all this time into the game. Like they should get recognized. They should get appreciated. Then you have Nintendo removing all the credits for the original makers of Donkey Kong Country Returns because, you know, gosh darn, we credit the original people who made the game. See, I can be critical of Nintendo. Nintendo does some dumb shit sometimes. And that's some of the dumb shit I disagree with. Nintendo's horrible with some of their game credits. Axel, you love me. Thanks. You were the one I think that made fun of me for being fat. Do I have a video for later? Yeah, I'll be making a video shortly after. I'm gonna take a small break, have some lunch, and then I'm gonna get working right on the video. Then straight from the video into homework with the kids, and then I'll probably have to start working on dinner for them. We'll be back obviously streaming tonight. No rants tonight, I promise. I got no rants queued up for tonight. Just Nintendo talk. Introducing introduction. So we got 7 minutes left, guys. Pokemon fan loves me too. Thanks, guys. Anyways, did I lose subs after that rant? I don't even know what subs I was at before the rant, so I guess I won't even know. Let's find out. Oh yeah, I lost subs. Oh yeah. I lost like 20 plus subs. All right, cool. I'm good with it. Stop fighting the trolls. Nah, man. They weren't trolling. Those are like honest opinions. Be on the internet longer. You'll see it's no longer a troll. It's how they actually feel. It's not a troll is saying something that you don't mean. They weren't being sarcastic. Let's see here. The crazy thing about the Donkey Kong Country Returns remaster, I have read a comment complaining about a too long credit in the Sega remaster because they kept the OG credit. Yeah. Who cares how long the credits are? You can turn off the game anytime. You know, no one's forcing you to sit through all the credits if you don't want to. You know, literally, you don't have to sit through it all. It's fine. Swinging my hammer like a helicopter. Marvel Rivals. Yeah, I saw the Marvel Rivals story. I got to look into it a bit because that might make it into my video today. I don't know a lot about Marvel Rivals, to be clear. I've like never played it. So I don't know a lot about it. So I also got to look into the game a bit so I kind of understand what I'm talking about. Cuz I just don't really know anything about it. There's also been an update. Hold on. Wait, what's the update? Oh yeah, there it is. The same source, the same Marvel Rivals. What is Marvel Rivals? Like, I've heard the name before. Let me look it up. Marvel Rivals. Oh, is it that, Marvel Rivals? That's the the Marvel version of like Paladins or something, right? Right, like hero shooters, like Paladins and that other one that gets made. I can't remember what the other one is. The other popular one. There's like two that are really popular. I'm cool if that comes. Overwatch, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Overwatch. So yeah, I'm cool if that comes. I'm good with that. Yeah, I've never played it, so I mean, maybe I'll check it out if it comes to Switch too. Let's see here. You should make a short out of that rant that could get some views. Look, this video here is gonna stay live. People are gonna see it. People are gonna comment on it. People will probably clip it out, make fun of me. It's whatever, man. Part of being a content creator. Everything I say is on the internet forever, especially on things like this that stay up after. So it's cool. Any highlights from the direct? I think the whole direct's the highlights. I mean, Ninja Gaiden 4 was a surprise. That I don't think that leaked either. I don't think Ninja Gaiden 4 leaked, which is even better. There was a rumor for it. Hold on, there was a rumor, but the rumor didn't specify what the game was. So yeah. So there was a rumor for it, but it wasn't. It didn't specify that it was Ninja Gaiden specifically. But it was heavily hinted at a project between Platinum Games and Team Ninja. And then Special Nick did say that there was Platinum Games was working on something related to Ninja Gaiden 2 years ago, apparently. So Special Nick from the Xbox Era podcast is the earliest rumor that there might have been a Ninja Gaiden in the works. But now we know. It was announced. It'll be funny if Smash mentions me. He can mention me. I don't give a shit. I know Smash. If he wants to mention me and put me in one of his videos, I don't give a shit, man. I wasn't even arguing that DEI is a good thing. I was just talking about one game in particular. But it's alright. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden looks great. Really does. Really does look great. Heard Dragon Age flopped. I saw that news today. Or did like half as well. Did half as well as they expected. I haven't played it yet. I plan to play it still. But I haven't played it yet. I don't know if there's DEI in the game. I haven't looked into it. Because I judge games based on their merits. It's not as good as Inquisition. And I don't think Inquisition was as good as the game before it. You know, Dragon Age Origins is still the best. It feels like they've gone a really long ways away from what Origins was. And it's upsetting to me. Origins was so good. And like, it's not even about the stories or the characters. The gameplay went away from what Origins was. Like, they completely changed it to like a completely different genre. And I don't get it. Like, it was so good. Why did you go away from that? The name changed from Dreadwolf. I don't know why they did that. Dreadwolf was such a cool name. I don't know why they changed it. I mean, maybe they said it in an interview. I don't know, but like Dreadwolf was awesome. That was a badass name. I mean, that probably didn't help. That's a branding problem. You think we get those rumored Xbox reveals and then Nintendo? I mean, possibly. Yeah. Oh, I remember I was gonna go double check trailers. I don't, because they put the PS5 logo in. I don't think any of the trailers are gonna have Switch 2 logos because they would have just put it in there if they put the PS5 logos in. So yeah, I don't think looking at any of the individual trailers, unless Nintendo uploaded one of the trailers, that would be different. But I don't think Nintendo did it. I really enjoyed that Xbox developer direct. You know who I'm actually shocked? Dreamcast guy apparently enjoyed the direct. He always hates on like everything. Let's see here. Yeah, Nintendo didn't put any of the trailers on their channel. And that's okay. I think that's all going to start once we get to April 2nd to be on. I think Nintendo's still focusing on Switch 1. We're going to have a Switch 1 Direct coming up. And then April 2nd onwards, they'll start promoting third-party games for Switch 2. Because they'll have some in the not the reveal, but the blowout. All right. They changed it because they redid the game up for the 50th time. Yeah, well, that was probably the mistake. They shouldn't have redid the game. Yeah, I know, Sailor. Like, what I was saying is that's why I'm shocked. Like, I'm shocked he liked it. Because he almost always just hates on things. And especially Xbox. He's almost always like... But almost every game was confirmed for PS5. Gotta remember. He loves Sony. And almost all those games were confirmed for PS5. So if you want to make him happy, put him on PS5. Yeah, dude. Expedition 33 to me was the game of the show. Like, Doom looks great. Don't get me wrong. Doom looks incredible. And I'm going to play the hell out of Doom. But Expedition 33 to me was like the most interesting game they showed. And it's been interesting since they revealed it. Like the Expedition 30, the entire concept that everyone dies. You know, who like, if, you know, because like it keeps counting down and down, and the worry, the concern is that, like, you know, if it ever gets to 0, then there'll never be people. Like it's really interesting. And the story has me so intrigued. The gameplay looks so fun. The exploration looks incredible. Dude, they have a 3D map that you can explore. Like, what? What? Dude, we haven't had shit like that, like, what's it been, like 20 years? Since I remember a game letting me explore a big map like that. Like, man. So I'm really hoping that game slaps. Because if it does, I'd love to see that come over to Switch 2. All right. That's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got to go eat. My stomach's grumbling. Go have some lunch, and then I will make a video, and we'll see you guys tonight, probably. Again, unless something comes up. Bye, everyone.